This is from Biafrans Got Talent. We are letting Biafrans know the reason why we should remember those who gave their lives for us, those who died that we may live.
You died to end my suffering. You died fighting for my freedom. Your blood is the seed of redemption. You are my inspiration.
The deed no wrong with them, military shots at them. 67 to 70, we remember them. 2016, 38 May, memory still lives in our mind till today. Wonder why they refuse to publicize the genocide. The world media turn blind eyes to our plight. It's time to arise, land of the rising sun. Let's rise one more time, let's rise.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Iwata massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Tell them I touched me, oh. Remember when me tell you say I touched me, oh. Yeah, I remember that one that called us a prospero. But the way you put like a papa nuku. But them they were bonito. Me tell you what I look pandi, what pandi samiro. Me tell you what I day. For me the fall and the rest of man I tell you what I am. Me never give up. Me tell them
fallen heroes, I want to promise you something today. We must fight together, no retreat and no surrender. We must hold them down till the end of time. The most important thing is that we will restore Biafra. May your soul rest in peace.
I look up to the sky with tears in my eye. For other Biafrans, and for freedom had to die. We will never forget you as the days go by. You are always in my heart, you'll never be apart.
They fought for our freedom, they died for our freedom. They fought the Nigerian soldiers in the war front, without food, without guns, for our freedom, for our life, for our own good, for our children. We love them, our heroes, we want them.
My heart bleeds when I saw them slain. Where will I be now, if not then? They will remain indelible in my heart, forever, 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 and never, and never, and never.
We serve in your plantation, and the way you paid us back with your bloody starvation. We play in our history that the death of our people is a mystery. No going back to get to a victory. I had a voice now call for vengeance. I never get bummed, I'ma blow like a vengeance.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Iwata massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Where will I be now? If not you, you died at Mali.
They were starved to death because of our freedom, and they paid the debt for our freedom. Flag high for those that died in the genocide, fighting for you and I. There is pain in our heart, we bleeding inside, tears in the eyes for our fallen heroes.
This is for my fallen heroes. Give them a patient people. It's like I'm looking at myself in the mirror. Cause to be a cast, I need to be a nurse. If we did not retire,
They paid the ultimate price. They died for me, for the freedom of my unborn child. The death of my people is a mystery. No going back to get to a victory. I had a voice now call for vengeance. I never get bummed, I'ma blow like a vengeance.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Iwata massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
where will I be now? If not you, you
song for freedom, and they paid the debts for a freedom. Flag high for those that died in the genocide, fighting for you and I. There is pain in the heart, we bleeding inside, tears in the eyes, so I'm falling here.
This is for my fallen heroes. Keep them on the patient people. It's like I'm looking at myself in the mirror. Cause to be a cast, I need to be a nurse. If we did not retire,
They pay the ultimate price. They die for me, for the freedom of my unborn child. We live for the legacy.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen hero. Onitsha massacre, Iwata massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright. Yo, we will never forget our fallen hero. Onitsha massacre, Iwata massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Yeah, put the flag in the air. Never be afraid. March on, cause we are more than conquerors. Yeah, you know what it is.
I'm looking at myself in
We
the
must
mirror.
revenge, and we must stand to represent who we are.
Breaking news reaching us now. The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has been arrested, extradited to Nigeria, and is right now being arraigned at the Federal High Court in Abuja. Kanu is facing charges bordering on treasonable felony instituted against him at the Federal High Court.
It was an unjust war.
Long ago, in the heart of Biafra, a nation was born from the ashes of war. A war that scarred the land and its people, yet it never killed the spirit of freedom.
The war aim of Biafra is purely to prevent ourselves being slaughtered, nothing more.
It was in this land, scarred by conflict, that Nnamdi Kanu was born, a son destined to revive the dream of independence for Biafra.
And if anybody is going to judge our success and failure in this war, it will have to depend on how much we have prevented the enemy from killing us.
Raised with the echoes of his ancestors' struggles, Kanu understood that the wounds of war ran deep in the hearts of his people. The scars from the Biafran War, which ravaged the land and cost countless lives, had never healed. The dream of an independent Biafra, broken but not forgotten, lived on in the hearts of those who survived. It was these voices, these memories, that called him to action. As Nnamdi Kanu grew, so did his voice. He became a preacher of justice, a messenger for those who were unheard. He spoke not just for his generation, but for all those whose lives were shattered by the war. The pain of the past was alive within him, and his words resonated with the cries of the oppressed. But as Kanu's message spread, so did the fear of the establishment. His calls for self-determination grew louder, shaking the very foundations of the government. They feared the revival of a Biafran spirit, one that could awaken the wounds of the past and ignite a new conflict. And so, they moved against him. Nnamdi Kanu was arrested, his body captured, but his spirit unbroken. The authorities believed that imprisoning him would extinguish the fire he had started. But they failed to understand the depths of his cause. The pain of the war, the bloodshed of the past, was not something easily forgotten. It was a flame that could never be fully extinguished. His arrest became a symbol of the struggle that began in the blood-soaked fields of the Biafran War. The demand for freedom was still alive. The fight for justice continued, not just for Nnamdi Kanu, but for all the lives lost, for all the children born into a world of scars. The fight for Biafra is not just his fight. It is the fight of all those who have ever dreamed of a free land. And though the past may haunt the present, the future is still unwritten. As long as the story of Nnamdi Kanu is told, as long as the voices of his people rise, the dream of Biafra lives on. Arrested again, 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 and yet again.
I agitate for Biafra. I agitate for Biafra, my right to agitate, my right. They turned it from reasonable felony now to terrorism.
This is Nnamdi Kanu speaking. Biafra land, listen. They thought they could silence me, but they didn't just cage me. They caged your spirit. They made you forget that our land still bleeds, that our people still suffer, that nothing has changed. 5 years in chains. But what about you? Are you not free? Or have they bound your voice with fear? The struggle was never about me, it was about you, your children, your land, your future. So I ask you, where is the fire that once burned in your heart? Where is the voice that once roared for freedom? Wake up! Rise again. Speak. Act. Remember who you are. This is Nnamdi Kanu.
nne bebe ụmụ gị gbasasịrị ka ụkpaka nna nke ebere dị ngọzi ka anyị na-akpọkọta ha eze ebube onye ime eluigwe wee na-arịọ gị ma mma gị na ebere gị amara gị na ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị nọ anyị wee na-arịọ ka iru gị wee chaa n'ebe anyị nọ anyị wee na-arịọ gị eze ebube dị ngọzi ka igwe tinye ọgbaghara n'etiti ndị iro ka ha rabụ ndị kụziri ka ha wee megide anyị onye nwe m na Chineke nna dị nsọ ka aka nsị ndị dị etu a wee baa ha ọnụ ije obodo ekwensu bụ zuu wee laa ya n'iyi anyị wee na-arịọ gị onye na-adịgide ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi biko nụ ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee bịa ọsọ ọsọ nna nke ebere na ụmụ gị atakwala n'ahụhụ anyị wee na-arịọ gị ka iwe na anyị ezi echiche na amamihe mmekọrịta nwanne na nwanne ịdị n'otu ọganiru ịhụnanya nke pụrụ iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna ka iwe etinye ụmụ gị ezi mmụọ nke eziokwu ma wezụga anyị aka ajọ ihe n'ime ndụ anyị nna nke ebere dị ngọzi ka ọ ga-abụ n'ikpeta maazị na Biafra ga-abịa anyị ga-aja gị mma wee too gị wee gọzie aha nsọ gị kpụ isi ala nye gị bulie aha nsọ gị elu site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi ka a na-arịọ gị ise ise ise. This very morning, all of you, I believe that those who are watching know who we are and why we do what we do. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra all over this very planet Earth, the director of Radio Biafra and Biafra Television, and by the very special grace of the Most High Elohim, a servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. We are live and we are direct this very morning, afternoon, or night, depending on where you are. And we start this very day by making it abundantly clear that the greatest enemy of a black man is the way that we reason. If not that the way we reason is very, very abhorrent, there is no need or reason why we should be suffering and complaining every blessed day without the courage to do something about it.
Map of Biafra and Nigeria, and maybe this is this map tells a little bit of the story. So actually, you guys in Biafra, what are you struggling for? What is your aim in your struggle? Why there is such a confrontation between you and the authorities?
Because we want to go back to the way we were before the British came. Most of our problems was basically made by the British. The way Nigeria was put together is the root cause of the problem.
I'm talking about these days. Okay, there was a war and Biafra was kind of independence between 1967 and 1970, I guess.
That's correct, yes.
And since then it's part of Nigeria. What do you want? You want an independence state of Biafra? You want to be a Jewish state? You want kind of autonomy? What do you like? What do we want?
We want
an
independent Biafran state that is absolutely independent of anything to do with Nigeria. This is the laws of Nigeria. The prosecution, and this court doesn't know the law. That is the fact. Yes. Poor knowledge of the law is killing Nigeria. Poor knowledge of the law, they don't know the law. This is a federal gazetted law of Nigeria that says here that the chief judge of Nigeria cannot tell Binta Nyeko what to do. It's here. It's your law. Just obey it. That is why I do what I do. I agitate for Biafra. I agitate for Biafra by right to agitate. My right. They turned it from treasonable felony now to terrorism. Stop talking when I'm talking. Unless you understand your role in society, you can never ever make any meaningful contribution. According to the Greeks, there are three types of people on this earth: the idiots, the tribesmen, and the citizens. People don't know the meaning of the word idiot. They think it's an insult. It's not an insult. When the Greeks used the word idiots, they did not use it as a curse word. Idiots are people who just do not care. That is the original meaning of the word. If they write exams, they will cheat. If they are in government, they will steal. An idiot does not care at all. If he eats banana, he throws the peel anywhere instead of putting it in a trash can. According to the Greeks, some societies have more idiots than tribesmen and citizens. As I used to say before, Nigeria is full of idiots. Idiots.
I'm a child of 20 pounds. I am a product and a survival of children and the generation that were starved to death. And I am very, very angry. I'm very, very angry. Instead of that we cannot get this Biafra, I will turn to a beast. I will turn to a beast. I will become a beast. You see those children that you see, you count their ribs, and their stomach are big. You see their stomach swelling up every day. We came from them. This generation of Biafra, we come from them. We come from their survivors. And you know, I will be a beast. Most of you who claim you own businesses everywhere in Nigeria, for that reason, you want everybody to die. Nobody is above death. Death is going to visit everybody. Just have to pray that you live and make impact in this life. The impact that matters now, as far as Nigeria is concerned, is not the impact to make people millionaires. It is impact to make people to be alive. It is impact to make people to feel secure. It is impact to make people feel they are free. That is the biggest impact you can make. Millions are going to come. People will become millionaires when they are alive. Of what use is it? You make somebody millionaire today and tomorrow he died by gunshot from Fulani. Of what use will it be to the society? You pick up somebody and send him abroad and he come back to Nigeria and police will kill him. It is happening every day. Why do you want to continue to be part of a country like that? Why? We are not the one bringing violence to Nigeria state. Rather, Nigeria aggression must be responded with aggression. That aggression is self-defense.
Only one under his leadership, His Excellency Simon Ekpa. Anybody that is confusing anyone or telling you there is another, no, there is nothing. There's just one, recognized by His Excellency Simon Ekpa. And we can pray. Once he has that communication, Biafrans, we understand that Obato Obie does not take no crap from nobody. No matter who you are, you must respect that authority. That authority is the only thing that can protect all of us. But we thank God, somebody said this is a transition period. If these things does not happen, Biafrans will not know who and who is following our prime minister, who wants him to fail, who wants him to be out. So this moment is ordained to happen so that Biafrans will know who is who in this restoration process. So on that note, I welcome everyone to this fundraising. The Nigeria is the terrorist, not we, not Biafran. So Finland, you need to get that clear first. You need to know who is committing the act of terrorism. As of today, the Nigerian state, headed by Tinubu and Christopher Musa, continues to unleash act of terrorism against innocent Biafrans. They killed 4 innocent children today in Biafra land, Finland. That is terrorism. Right there. That is terrorism. If you do not know what terrorism means, Nigeria is a terrorist state. So when Finland neglects the terrorist state of Nigeria, and labels innocent Biafrans a terrorist group. Who told Finland that indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, who told Finland that we are terrorists? Who gave that labeling? Because they said it. So is it Nigerian terrorist states, Tinubu, Christopher Musa, Bianca Ojukwu that reported, Tinubu that reported to you, Finland, that we, IPOB, that we are terrorists? Then you believe them, right? You believed the lies perpetuated by the Nigerian state because you want to enjoy economic gain from Nigeria. You want to milk that oil that comes from Biafra land. And based on that, you've joined the terrorist state of Defense Chief Christopher Musa of Nigeria to label Biafrans as terrorists, right? We are waiting for the indictments that you, Finland, is going to come up with. Biafra, we are a sovereign nation, and we are waiting for that. We are waiting to see how this game will end between Finland, Nigeria, and the United States of Biafra. According to the Finland Criminal Police Bureau Department, they went on this nationwide investigation, both in Nigeria and everywhere. I don't even know, everywhere, possibly America. I believe they told the American government that I am a terrorist, and they needed that investigation. But guess what? America told Finland to go to hell.
Yes.
America told Finland to go to hell. You have no clue what you are talking about. How can you leave the Nigerian terrorist state, President Tinubu, that is the real terrorist, and you are trying to label people like us as terrorists? They tried. I'm telling you, Finland approached America, but they failed woefully. Woefully, because America is a country that is built on the rights of the citizens. They know what being independent means. They know what self-determination means. They know what self-defense means. So when Finland came with that globalist agenda, they are operating in Europe with Netherlands, with Norway. America told them to go to hell. That is why they could not proceed with their lies, with their fake investigation in America. But did they try? Yes, they did. Did they inform American FBI? Yes, they did. I know they did.
Something is wrong with you. Mani mama, mani hanya ekukita mweke like the nege nese line online. Ona abaka segaro. Mani habu the truth of otu esiama ebo onye kunu ife na-eme n'obi onye awa. Iga amaleli aka obi ife nwutebuli ife mkpawa obi. Na ịbịa na all the tribes enwe na Nigeria, n'ụwa niile, obodo niile nkọwa, even from Bible, the only tribe amara how to protect their own bụ ndị Igbo. Sọsọ ndị Igbo, sọsọ the elites nọ n'ala Igbo bụ ndị amara how to fight and protect their own. Nna fe gosi gị na Bible now. Metugo mi aka one time I na morning prayer that mana m na-emetụkwa ya aka kịta because achọrọ m ikwu okwu on this.
Sorry, I was muted. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm sorry I was muted. I just realized I was muted. So my fellow Biafrans that are watching, wherever you are watching from, I welcome every one of you that have connected. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for your support to the channel. Thank you for sharing. Today is that day that we have all waited for. We have been waiting for this very moment until now. My fellow Biafrans, we are here to bring you the update as always. And we are going to go into the courtroom no matter how difficult it is. Today, the DSS is trying as much as they can to restrict people from bringing information from the court. The media is being barred today. So we are trying as much as possible to reach out and see if we can be able to get information of what is going on in the court. But the DSS is barring people from entering the court today. They are barring media. The media, there is a serious media restriction today in the court. But no matter how difficult it is, we are going to try to bring you update on what is going on. But as we speak, the court of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today is sitting. Remember, today is the cross-examination of the case. The cross-examination will go on. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter how they try to restrict. We are going to get the information and we give you update as it comes. They are doing everything they can to see that they stop us. And you all know what Nigerian government is made up of. You know that the Zoological Republic, as always, they will always try as much as possible to show how fraudulent they are. And they are today displaying that they are fraudulent act in the court. Wherever you are, I want you to tighten up your seatbelt. It doesn't matter how hard it is, we are going to get to the bottom of it. Information that is coming from Abuja shows that they are restricting media from coverage today. As you know, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has his court case today and tomorrow. And we are going to follow up to make sure we bring the information as quick as possible. We are already on it and trying to reach out and get information out from there. For those who are joining me on this platform this morning, I welcome every one of you. If you have not yet liked this program, please click like and share. And for those who are joining us for the very first time, or those who are going to come across our video for the very first time, this platform where you are watching this program is a platform that is under the United States of Biafra. This platform is under the United States of Biafra, under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Joko, and on the supreme command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Today, under the leadership of the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Arabueze. That is where we stand. In this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We don't come here to preach hate. We do not come here to attack people or to attack individuals. We don't come here for saga. We do not come here to fight against any tribe, any race or religion. No. We are strictly here to speak about the independence of the Biafran people. We are here to present the case of Biafra before the whole world. We are here for humanity, and we are here to say what is right. All we say is live and let's live. That is why we are here. And we will continue to stand where we stand until we get to the bottom of the whole thing. In this platform, everyone is welcome. Whether you believe in Biafra or you don't believe in Biafra, whether you're one Nigerianist, no matter your orientation, no matter your tribe, no matter your religion or wherever you belong, you are welcome in this platform. And we allow everybody to join us to air their opinion. Your opinion is welcome. You are entitled to your opinion. The only thing we ask is that whenever you are in this platform and you are speaking to us, please try as much as possible to speak in a very civil manner. When you are communicating to us, speak in a civil manner so that the Biafrans can understand you, the world will understand you. The members of the cabinet of Biafra, United States of Biafra, are on this platform watching the program and they're observing. The Secretary of Information is also observing this platform. Our Deputy Prime Minister is observing this platform. So whatever information you pass here, it is going to get the right source. So use the opportunity and use it wisely. Whatever superior argument you have, feel free to come up with it. If you have a superior argument, there is something you are hearing about us, the Biafran people, that you're not too sure about, please click the link, come up with whatever question you have, The only thing we demand is that when you are coming up, if your camera is on, make sure you appear in a decent manner. If you are appearing with your singlet or not dressing up fine, I'm not going to bring you up. You can't appear on this platform naked. The world is watching. We can't represent another zoo. We are representing the United States of Biafra, and we have to do things differently. So today is a special day that we have all waited for. And as you all know, we are going to bring update that is coming from the court. No matter how they restrict us today, the zoo will always be the zoo. And I want you to have one thing at the back of your mind. The freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu does not depend on the court. It does not depend on the lawyers. It does not depend on the judge. It depends on you. The freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu depends on you. If you love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and you want him to be free, you must begin to pursue Biafra with all your strength, with all your might, with everything in you. If you want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to get that genuine freedom, you must fight as much as you can to get Biafra. That is the way to give Mazi Nnamdi Kanu freedom. We are not seeking for the kind of freedom that was given to him in 2015-16. After he was arrested in 2015, by 16-17, they gave him what they call their own kind of freedom, and they came back to eliminate him. We will not tolerate such a thing again. That is not what we are praying for. What we are asking for and seeking for is a genuine freedom for our sweet Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And if you care about him and you want him to be free, you must begin to make your contribution towards the restoration of Biafra the best way you can. This is not the time to begin to fight each other. This is not the time to look at irrelevant issues. We are supposed to be focused on the restoration of Biafra as it has been restored. Remember, Biafra has been declared on the 29th of November 2024. The redeclaration was done with the mandate given to the government by more than 50 million Biafrans. Based on that, the redeclaration of Biafra stands. It stands. There is no going back. It doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter what you think. It does not matter under which planet you are existing. The restoration of Biafra has been done. What we are pursuing today is the complete restoration on the ground and the recognition. That is where we are. If you genuinely want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be free, you should channel your energy on the restoration of Biafra. The freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not in the court of Nigeria. The freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not in the lawyers. The freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not in the judges. The freedom of our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is in your hand, is in my hand. Whatever you do today will determine if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be free or not. That is why you must tighten up your belt. Remember, this month is a unique month. This month is a unique month. A month you must not play with. A month you must not joke with. A month we never forget. Our children that are coming will not forget it. 30th May. The United States of Biafra government have made it a triple event. Those of us in the United States, it is mandatory that you must be in Washington, D.C. in a place where things are happening, the headquarters of the whole world. Washington, D.C., that is where the Biafran mission is going to be opened on the 30th. That day is a peace summit. In that peace summit, if you feel you are aggrieved, if there is something you want to contribute, if there is opinion you want to present, be there live in Washington, D.C. and speak your mind. I bet you after that very inauguration of our mission in Washington, D.C., it will be a different ballgame. Things will never be the same anymore. So I urge every Biafrans to pay attention and listen to the information that is coming from the United States of Biafra government.
No fear for our land. We go stand together, fight for freedom now. No surrender.
This day is more than just an opening. It is a call for peace and reconciliation. Join us at the first ever Biafra Peace Summit, where the past and present voices for Biafra independence come together. No segregation, no division, just one people with one purpose, an occasion to voice our differences, resolve them, and stand stronger as one people. May 30th is also our separate Biafra Heroes Remembrance Day, when we honor the brave souls of men and women who fought and children who fell from the genocidal war of 1967 to 1970, where over 3 million Biafrans lost their lives. The day we honor those unjustly imprisoned and killed before the war, during the war, and presently, simply for being Biafrans. We salute our past and present leaders, from the vision of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu to the resilience of Philip Effiong, the fearless dedication of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the unwavering courage of Simon Ekpa Odogu, who have carried the torch of our struggle. Their sacrifices and leadership lights our paths forward. As we all know, for far too long, we've endured suffering at the hands of our enemies and division from within. This summit is power-packed to heal those wounds, to uproot seeds of discord planted among us, and to unite Biafrans across tribes, regions, religions, and political views. Together, we are unstoppable. Be part of history. Join us on May 30th, 2025 at the United States of Biafra headquarters in Washington, D.C. A day of unity, remembrance, and renewal. Biafra rises as one strong nation, bolder together. Venue, 11726 Connecticut Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. Time, 3 p.m. Biafra time and 10 a.m. Washington time. 30th of May 2025, a united Biafra. Our time is now. This message is proudly sponsored by the Office of the United States of Biafra Deputy Prime Minister, Her Excellency Dr. Ngozi Orabweze, and the Biafra Information, Telecommunication and Postal Service. My name is Marvelous Chukwubikem Arinze.
We face many things, we don't fall. Them took Nnamdi Kanu, but we stand tall. Simon Ekpa, them catch we still they strong. We go rise higher, no place for wrong. We no go fall, we go stand. In unity, we hold the land.
Okay, where go alone, okay, where go okay, kwe akubale mane na mo. Okay, kwe akubale ola mo na mewe. Imanolo mweje metadike nula o. Manolo mweje metadike nula. Okay, kwe akwa kama babazie. Akana na me oke kwe kwa no boda ngaba ti jibonye na kwe kwa nife kwe kwa akulu no na lewu. Igbo muloza mwazo great Biafrans onya bune otego kwe tiketi yewu. Maka the first ever inauguration of United States of Biafra USB Embassy na Washington DC Office USA oma abuli femeleme. Nobia kabase mo kan kololo budo kabano na tiu na nugo numwe. Nke abu na 30th May 2025. Mbosi abu kanya be inauguration ya akudo. Igbo bibo ya bu na gbagwa mbọ gị sonye n'imi ewe. Ịnọlụ na USA gba mbọ gị sonye. Maka anya bụ mmemme ya bụkwa ife ncheta ọma abụla eziokwu oyi. Na anya bụ 30th May 2025 bụ mbọsị dị asọ. Mbọsị ya na-akwanyere ugwu ọma abụla eziokwu oyi. Na anya bụkwa 30th May 2025 bụkwa mbọsị eji echete Biafra heroes and heroes ọma abụla ife mere eme. Nyaka ji kwuo na anya bụ mbọsị dị asọ. Na ya bụ mbọsị bụkwa the first ever Biafra Peace Summit ọma hapụlụ ife meleme. Udo ya chi o ka mụ na-ekwu oyi. Kedu mụ ti n'onu n'ozi ọma nwanne ezisalụ n'ụta atabọdị na nwata chi eze amụrụ n'obi nke Biafra is our home and the Biafra is our religion. N'ọbịa sị mụ ka nsi salụ nụ ya bụ ozi ọma. Maka na ezu ụka elu ude na-atọtuo ngịga. Maka na va na-agba ọra mmụọ na ọra mmadụ na ya bụ nnekwute mmemme.
Makanawa can you what I mean? I gave a quaja saying, I guess was a babble, well, Tamalu. Can you what I have GME choosing a piano Molamu Canale Mado de Kamazi, Benize Belle Chugona Mo Canalege. Why that's a Jelawani in a Mo Canale, not one way. I say Mono Jessica, no, I don't know number. If I'm a no, my name and I'm Mo Ibono no.
The prosecution and this court doesn't know the law. That is the fact.
Yes.
Poor knowledge of the law is killing Nigeria. Poor knowledge of the law, they don't know the law. This is a federal gazetted law of Nigeria that says here that the chief judge of Nigeria cannot tell Binta Nyeko what to do. It's here. It's your law. Just obey it. That is why I do what I do. I agitate for Biafra. I agitate for Biafra. My right to agitate. My right. They turned it from treasonable felony now to terrorism. Stop talking when I'm talking.
My fellow Biafrans that are watching wherever you are watching from, today is a very remarkable day. And as we speak, in Nigeria, Abuja, our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in the court. But the media, the DSS are not allowing the media to go into the court, just like before. You know, before we get updates, people getting with their phone and they bring us information. At least we have the picture of our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But today, there is a very serious restriction. They are restricting media from going into the court. And you know, this is a critical section of this very case. Ask yourself, why is it that they are trying to restrict the media at the most critical time when the media are supposed to be carried along? You know, all this while, when they were advertising their SBIT, when they were showing the world what they called SBIT, their accusation against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, while they were advertising it, they were showing it to the whole world. They were always presenting it everywhere. They allow the media. But today, as the cross-examination intensifies, today is the major cross-examination, which will be done by the team of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are restricting media. Every one of you know they have brought some flimsy accusations against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Accusations that don't know who water. Most of those accusations are accusations that we have evidence and proof that it has nothing to do with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. One of the most disturbing one is dragging Mazi Nnamdi Kanu into the case of Gulag, even when they know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has nothing to do with Gulag. When the issue of Gulag happened, it was on Sunday. Monday was supposed to be sit at home. If it has happened on Monday, they will say, oh, people who were enforcing sit at home. But Gulag, the assassination of Gulag happened on Sunday. When that assassination happened, Hope Uzodinma came live, which I have played the video here, came live and spoke to the world and said that this assassination is a politically motivated assassination, that it has nothing to do with IPOB. It has nothing to do with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But today, the Nigerian government, because they feel they have the state today, they decided to present a death certificate of Gulag in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And that death certificate was admitted. What is their intention? Today, as we speak, is the re-cross-examination and the court have begun. But they have refused media. They don't allow our media people to give us information from there. There is a heavy restriction. We are still waiting to get information, trying as much as we can to get information to Biafra, because Biafrans are waiting. We want to know what is going on. We want to know. You see, this is why most of us, we are worried. Why must we ever allow these people to try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? That is why Biafrans were asking that question. What is the agreement that was reached with the legal council before they permitted this? How were they able to convince Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Because I know that our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that I know, have always stood his ground from day one. From 2015, he stood his ground that nobody is going to come to testify covering his face. That was one of the things that stalled the case in 2015. And then when they kidnapped him from Kenya and brought him back, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by himself have told his legal counsel the extraordinary rendition must be settled before Nigerian government will have legality to try him. And the court affirmed to that. A court passed judgment to that in Nigeria and said that no law court in Nigeria has the right to try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But unfortunately, there was a change of counsel. The senior advocate Agabi came in, and things changed. Opportunity was granted the Nigerian government to try the case. And when you look at the speech of Aloy Ejimako after the last case, you will see a kind of taking himself away from what really transpired. When you watch the statement of Aloy Ejimako from the moment this trial has begun, you will see that he's not in full compliance. He's not in full support of it. But for one reason or the other, the senior advocate, I don't know, maybe there is something he knows that we do not know, or an agreement he has reached that we do not know about, which we will definitely find out. And today is one of those days that will take us closer to the answer to the questions we are asking. But unfortunately, they are barring the media from transmitting. From the court, the Biafrans are struggling to make sure they get out information. From every indication, it's like they are taking away phones. They don't allow media inside, and no phone is allowed to be admitted inside. And that is why it has become difficult for us to get information or pictures away now. But no matter how difficult it is, we will keep trying. As soon as information comes in, you are going to get it here. We are waiting and we are following up in Abuja. You're welcome, my beloved sister Ojugo. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining myself. If you want to join the program, please, all you need to do is to click the comment section, click the link, and you join us to make your contributions, say what you feel or what you think or your suggestions, but do it in a very civil manner. In this platform, we don't come here to attack or to antagonize or to demean anybody. We all have equal rights here. This is a platform that is under the United States of Biafra. Everybody is welcome. As long as you conduct yourself, all we ask, speak in a civil manner. Even if you do not agree with us, feel free to share your superior argument. We are here to engage you. My beloved sister Ojugo, let's hear from you. Go ahead. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, good morning, Chooks. I know those on the comment section. Well, like you said, where our ears are, on the ground, trying to have the knowledge of what happened in the court today. And I think that's what is taking the whole day. But I don't know. I feel I don't know if I should say heartbroken that they got into this trial in the first place. And like I don't know what happened. I don't know what changed. I don't know how they convinced Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to stand this trial. This should have come to an end. They should have, stood where they were standing. You can extradite somebody illegal, in a very wrongful manner, and then you're trying to pass it. They have to start from the beginning to make amends. Everything have a process That's why the court ruled this case before. Yeah. But because the country we're talking about have no shame. They don't have a shame. Even those that call themselves of professors, educated, elites, money, rich or no rich, everybody is just like Nnamdi Kanu, idiot. Because they have money, they don't even have sense. They don't know what to do with it. They're idiots, because otherwise, how would everybody in that country, and a drug baron, a president, and they're calling him president of Nigeria? They open their mouth and call such a human being that did not see 4 words of school at all president of their country. It's very, very heartbreaking. Like, I don't understand. Sometimes I keep saying, people over there, are we human beings at all? Are we? I don't know. My brother, sincerely, I don't know. I have no idea. But once this case, they accepted this case, they're still going to do what they want to do, because now the case has been accepted to go on. And it's giving them the room now to bring in everything they want to bring. Everything. Like I said, I saw that incident. It was on Sunday. We were traveling back to US. In fact, we were not scheduled that day to travel back. But we were called and said, Monday is sit at home. And the airport will be shut down. So the airline called us and said, hey, if you can come to airport now, we're moving people out. So, and that was on Sunday. And that was the day this incident happened. In fact, the incident was still new when we got to that spot. So, I don't know what Monday sit at home and incident that happened on Sunday has to do with Nnamdi. And the incident of this man, even the citizens in the East don't even know about this man. This is a man that came for over them and did what he did with us of them and was to leave. Why was the security not provided for him? Who knows the flight ticket? Who knows when the man was going to an airport? If not them that are politicians. So how, them accepting to start this trial is what I don't know. And you accepted the trial of a country. I don't really, do you see why he said we're all idiots? A country you know that you can never get justice for. Never. A country that does not obey their law. A country that has 2 constitutions, one Sharia, one civil. A country that don't even know, cannot even quote a page of their constitution. A country that their own court say, let this man go. The same country that said they refuse to let the man go. We are a country where the politicians are above the law. Politicians are above the law. Those who are rich are above the law. A country where people life does not matter. They massacre you on the road anyhow, tie you on the car, drag you around the street. Nobody says a word. A country where people go in the church praising their God, and they come there and massacre. Nobody makes a speech. Tell me, people that are going for this case, what they are thinking. Tell me how they think that they will get justice. Tell me how they think that the person presiding on this case has not been bribed. A country where their leader is a drug baron, where their leader is the most corrupt human being in the world. It's so sad. It's so heartbreaking. A country where people folded them, covered them up when you are coming to give a testimony. My brother, where do we start? A country where media, how can you find justice if media are not in there? If people cannot come in with their phone to give, if to televise and record what is happening live, why can't the world see what is happening live in your court? If you are going to give this man justice. I didn't want to, at the beginning, I didn't want to enter, but because of a lot of adverts, I just entered. I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to talk because I am so heartbreaking. Like, I don't understand how this case is gonna go. I don't know. But they can do whatever they want to do. Biafra is not coming to end. Now. And they have seen it that more lions and lionesses are coming out. It's now or never. Thank you, my brother. We'll keep our ears on the ground to say if anything will come out of it. I have no idea. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my beloved sister, for that wonderful contribution you just made. Just as you said, we are watching closely and we are following up. Biafrans are really worried, and we have all been asking this question: why will Mazi Nnamdi Kanu be ever tried in Nigeria? Why will somebody ever accept that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be tried in Nigeria? Nigeria that we know that has a shrine of injustice. What we have in Nigeria is a shrine of injustice. Where they say the court is the last hope of ordinary man. In Nigeria, it is not. It is not. If you give yourself in for Nigerian court, you are only exposing yourself to danger. And I don't know. Maybe they know what we do not know. Maybe the court, maybe the senior advocate knows what we do not know. But we are waiting. But to show you that Nigeria is a very illegal country, can you imagine? Ask yourself, all this while information has been coming, update has been coming. Why is it that when it gets to the real cross-examination of the so-called imposter who they are hiding, the criminal who they are hiding, and they told us that you cannot know his name or show his face. But yet, when it comes to the cross-examination to know what transpired, they are ban the media from the court. They are restricting information coming from the court. They are stopping Biafrans from getting information. They are restricting media from bringing any information from the court. What are they up to? What are they up to? I have always said it. As for me, I know that the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu does not depend on any man. It doesn't depend on any court. It does not depend on the lawyers, the judges, or the politicians. The freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that I have always known, just as our Prime Minister Mazi Nnamdi said, it depends on what we do. It depends on our actions. It depends on our response. And I bet you, if you can tell yourself the truth, it doesn't matter what you think, how you feel. I want you to go back a little bit and check the attitude of Nigerian government towards Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case when Mazi was around. Check the attitude of the politicians, all those today who have come now to hold a meeting and say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should not be freed. And some of us have forgotten that. Don't forget that these people at a point in time when Mazi was around, they were all coming out from all corners. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Some of them built billboard for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They were asking. The pressure was very high. They were scared. The tension was high. They were scared. And when you see it, they began to do what they are supposed to do. And I bet you that is the only way to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu depends on what you do. It depends on what I do. It depends on our response. Because everything they are doing today is to weigh our response. They want to weigh our feelings. They use their media to push wrong information and they want to see how we're going to react. The reason Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case has still been on the front line and they cannot sweep him on the carpet or take him out is because of you and I. Because we have remained formidable and we continue to put Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the front. Even if the world doesn't want to listen, we push the information into their ear. Mazi Nnamdi did that job excellently. Mazi Nnamdi led us into that job excellently. We were all speaking, making sure that the issue of Mazi Nnamdi stays on the front line up to date. And when Mazi Nnamdi was around, every one of them was shivering. But after they kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi and they felt that they have gotten an upper hand, they began to dish out different kinds of things. They began to push different kinds of things. But I bet you, in the new regime under Dr. Ngozi Arabweze, they are going to face a much harsher thing to come. They are going to face a more terrible thing to come. It is a different ballgame altogether. Then we were operating government in exile. But today, the United States of Biafra have already declared, and as a sovereign state, we fight differently. That is why the opening of Biafran mission in DC is very important to fight from the front line internationally. We want to be in the front line where the whole world have their capital, where things are happening, where discussions are made. That is where Biafrans are going. It is a step ahead. We are not going back to yesterday. Nigerian government think they have arrived. And every one of us must know that we must not relent in our effort because the people who call themselves politicians are evil. And just like the video I played before, so many of us Biafrans, we do not know how to protect our own. More especially the Igbo Biafrans. We don't know how to protect our own. Our politicians can never fight for you or stand for you. In case you do not know, I want you to hear it once again.
Something is wrong with you. Mani mama, mani hanya ekukita mwike like in the negege nese line online. Ona abaka segaro. Mani have the truth of otwesiama ebonye kunu ife neme no obi onye awa. Iga maleli aka obi ife nwutebuli ife mkpawo obi. Na even all the tribes when in Nigeria, no one in even from Bible, the only tribe amaro how to protect their own bundibo. So the elites no na nibo bundi amaro how to fight and protect their own. Na fake go see na Bible now. But go me aka one time I know morning prayer that when I'm met to aka kita because actually me on this.
The elites in Igbo land are the most dangerous people you can think about. They are the major problem we are having today, and they are the ones who are making sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu does not enjoy his freedom. The elites. This elite comprises of politicians, those who call themselves the wealthy men, those who call themselves for Haneze Ndo Hinado Ndama, the traditional rulers, Every single one of them are involved in this criminality to keep us in perpetual poverty and slavery for their own selfish interest. Don't ever forget that. And that is why you should know that the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the freedom of Biafran people. It's your freedom. It's my freedom. And the only people that can make that freedom work is you and I. We must not leave it in the hand of the court, the judge, or whatever. We must continue to stand up and speak and demand for our freedom. Continue to stand with the United States of Biafra. There is no going back. It does not matter what happens. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, we are fearless in the presence of our enemies. How can you explain the fact that the same politicians who we are saying bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, all of a sudden, when it gets to the time for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to regain his freedom, they went to their Senate and they all agreed and said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must not be released. You see, some of you, don't forget this. This is why we are asking, why would anybody even allow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be tried? Remember, the Senate unanimously agreed that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not be released. Some of you don't know the power of the Senate. We know in Nigeria, things are working zigzag. But when they want to perpetuate their evil, they know how to do it. When Senate came together and took that decision, some of you were watching. You are not worried. Maybe you have forgotten. The agreement that was reached for the Senate, let me look at it and play it so that we can hear it again.
If Nigeria has rejected the motion seeking a political solution to free the leader of the proscribed indigenous peoples of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, from detention at the Department of State Service, DDSS. It also reached a resolution calling for the extradition of a self-acclaimed leader of the separatist group, Simon Ekpa, from his base in Finland to face charges for his sit-at-home calls and inciting trouble in Nigeria's southeast. Our National Assembly correspondent Omo Bazwai has more on this.
Simon Ekpa, a self-styled leader of separatist group Indigenous People of Biafra, has been passing several orders from his base in Finland to his followers, establishing a strict sit-at-home order in Nigeria's southern states. In the absence of Nnamdi Kanu, crippling commercial activities in the region. On Wednesday, the activities of Ekpa and his gang finally caught the attention of the Senate, following a motion by Imo West Senator Osita Isinazor. Isinazor's motion was co-sponsored by all other 14 senators from the southeast, inviting Nigeria's federal might to end the rascality of Simon Ekpa and his band of outlaws in the region.
The Senate is aware that thousands of innocent lives have been lost since this action of sit-at-home in the southeast started, and properties worth over $1 trillion have been destroyed, which has resulted in investors leaving the region.
2023. Efforts by the governors of the 5 southeastern states have achieved little to no end in the terror activities of Ekpa and his men. Kanu was extradited from Kenya in 2021 after he jumped bail in Nigeria, alleging threats to his life by Nigerian security forces. On October 2022, Justice Binta Nyako of the Federal High Court struck out 8 out of the 15-count charge earlier brought against Kanu by the Nigerian government. The appellate court ordered his release on account of his unlawful extradition from Kenya to Nigeria to face terrorism charges. But the Supreme Court overturned the decision of the Federal High Court, leaving Kanu in detention since then.
You see the kind of news you hear in Nigeria. When a foreigner who is not in that zoo hears this information, what do you think they're going to feel? How do you think they're going to feel? But I want everybody watching us here, whether Biafran or non-Biafran, to know what is called sit at home. Sit at home is the most civil way to make your demand democratically. Sit at home. A civil protest to save life. And it is on record that in Nigeria, Biafrans cannot hold rally. Biafrans cannot protest. We have on several occasions where Biafrans only gather in a place to hold rally and pray, and Nigerian government opened fire on them. Nigerian government killed Biafrans and threw them into Ozu River. Head Bridge massacre, we all know about that. Aba massacre, we all know about that. Enugu massacre, we all know. In all these cases, Biafrans were not holding arms. They only come out to protest. They never held arms. They were only coming out to protest. And each time they come out to protest, Nigerian government open fire on them. When you hear them attributing loss of life to Mazi Nnamdi during sit at home, these things has nothing to do with Mazi Nnamdi. Within this period they are talking about, there has been evidence that is showing that the members of DSS were the ones enforcing sit at home. In one instance, the police were exchanging fire with the DSS and somebody was shot. And they found an ID card that belonged to the DSS on that very person. The person that was enforcing sit at home. One of them was shot. When the police get closer, they saw the ID card of the DSS in his pocket. It's in their news. In one of the videos that was shown in channel television where they were enforcing sit at home, I'm going to look for that video also. A policeman was shown with uniform enforcing sit at home. A policeman was seen with uniform around the area enforcing sit at home. This sit at home was something that was agreed by Biafrans. Since they are not allowed to protest outside, they are not allowed to go outside. Each time they make a move, they are killed. They decided that they will sit in their home. Sit in your home. How are you going to create chaos and take life when you sit at home?
Dukes, you forgot the video where they were taking goods from the market, the military, they were in their uniform. A woman came out to sell something that day.
Exactly.
Oh, and the people, they were stealing people's things, breaking their shop. The video showed it clearly that it was still the Nigerian forces. Even those that come out in them, they will shoot them in just to blackmail. They said at home.
Just to blackmail the sit at home. But today, when you listen to their news, they will tell you that people lost their life during sit at home, and it was Simon Ekpa that was the one who instigated a sit at home. Number one thing you must know is that Mazi Simon Ekpa was not the one that introduced sit at home. In case you don't know, even some of us Biafrans have forgotten. It wasn't even Mazi Simon Ekpa that introduced sit at home. The sit at home, first of all, was introduced by the Department of Saboteurs, the DOS. When they introduced that sit at home, Biafrans keyed into it because it is the only way to air their opinion, to express their voice. There is no way you can express your opinion in Nigeria. You cannot protest. There is no way you can express yourself. Biafrans keyed into it that is the only way to demand for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, instead of going out to protest and die. And when Biafrans keyed into it, they saw that it was working. These same criminal politicians went to the DOS and bought them over and told them to turn over the sit at home. The very first announcement they made was that we will take every Monday to demand for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu until his release. That was what they said. And Biafrans agreed. The very first day, the entire place was locked down. When they saw that it was effective, the politicians approached them. And in the next sit at home, they called it off. And Biafrans said, why? People were asking questions. Why did you call it off? Why will you take away something that is working? When you remove the sit at home, what else do we, how else do we talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? How else do we ask for his release? And Biafrans insisted on sitting at home. They continued to sit at home, even when it was called off. The only thing Mazi Nnamdi did was to support the wish of the people. Mazi Nnamdi continued to support the wish of the people, which is the right thing to do. Because they have no voice. Nobody is going to speak for them. Nobody is going to stand for them. The politicians from A to Z are bought over. The traditional rulers are bought over. Or with them. So the only thing they have is that sit at home. Mazi Nnamdi continued to encourage the masses. And it was never, ever enforced. Even after they took Mazi Nnamdi away, did you see that sit at home was still going? In the process of trying to stop the sit at home, there is no kind of propaganda they did not bring. They shot Biafrans in the market. They took life of Biafrans. They destroy cars. They destroy properties. And they claim it is Biafrans. These are members of the DSS carrying out these very operations. And there are evidence to show that they are the one. This is not the very first time we see them carrying out flag of operation. In SARS, we saw them, they did it. Just like when they come to their media today, they will tell you, oh, Mazi Nnamdi hijacked they say some people hijack the Biafran restoration. Nobody hijacked the Biafran restoration. Nobody. No Biafran hijacked anything. The only people that are in the business of hijack today is Nigerian government. Every time you form an organization to air your opinion, they will be the ones to go and create a counter group to hijack it. And they are the one that always use that language. In NSAS, they came out and say the protests have been hijacked. When they were talking about good governance, they say the protests have hijacked. The Shiite people came out, they say it was hijacked. And in all these instances, in NSAS, we have video evidence where the members of DSS use their SUV to bring touts to come and attack GNU protesters. We saw the government vehicle in Lagos State bringing touts to come and attack innocent people. These informations are on video. So when we speak here, it is not a propaganda blackmail. The informations are on video. The same thing is what they are doing today. They will tell you Biafran struggle have been hijacked. The Biafran restoration have been hijacked. The people who are there today are hoodlums. The people who are there are troublemakers. The same government are the ones that created every faction you see today. They went to the extent of going to the ESN that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu created. They penetrated and they took it over from the Department of Saboteur. And when they took it, it is not a propaganda. The one they call Chike Dozia confessed. He came on audio and he said that the governors approached them and told them to hand them over the ESN. And they did. But after they did, the government went back and claimed that they have invaded the camp of the ESN. He testified to that. And to confirm it, the one in Anambra State, Soludo came out and said that they are now working together, that the IPOB have agreed to work with them. And how can you ever imagine Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? How can you ever imagine Mazi Nnamdi Kanu working with criminal governors, criminal politicians? How can you claim to be a follower of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and you are working with politicians? You are speaking the same voice. You are speaking the same. You are dining with politicians. Every single thing that is coming from these people is blackmail, 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 blackmail. Look at that video I played now. Did you see that their media is still reporting that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu jumped bail? The invasion of the home of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is on video. I personally was watching it live. It was streamed live on Facebook Live. While that invasion was going on, the whole world was watching. I was watching it live. When the home of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was invaded, we were watching it like a movie. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu narrowly escaped death. The trauma of that attack took the life of the parents of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, his mother, and his father lost their life. But even up till now, as we speak, some media in Nigeria will still come out and tell you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu jumped bail. They report and say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu jumped bail. This was a man who was preparing to go to court after they granted him bail. He was preparing to go to court. In fact, he made a broadcast and said, I am coming with 1 million men to Abuja. And before the court time, they went to his house to kill him. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu narrowly escaped death. But today, the media is still reporting that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu jumped bail. This is how evil these people are. This is how evil these people are. So wherever you are as a Biafran, that is what I'm saying. The freedom that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu required is not the freedom that comes in the four wall of the court of Nigeria. There is no freedom that is going to come from the court of Nigeria to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The earlier you understand that, the better for you. And if you are one of those who is wishing for a bail, like in 2015, when they bail him, then they will send the military to go and take his life. You don't know what you're doing. If that is the kind of freedom you're talking about, to grant him a bail, condition him, and the next day they go to his house. And you know Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not somebody you bring out and tell him not to talk. He must speak. He must speak. So when you are asking for freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what kind of a freedom are you wishing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Is it the same kind of freedom in 2017? When they came back with Python dance to take his life? Is it the kind of freedom again that took the life of his parents, that he wasn't able to witness their burial? 2 of them were buried the same day. Is it the same kind of freedom they gave him that sent him exile, and they later kidnapped him again and brought him back? What kind of freedom do you think Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to get in the four wall of the court of Nigeria? Even when they know their own court have said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is innocent. Their own court, not Biafran court. Their own court have said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is innocent of all charges. But yet, they refuse to let him go. They refuse to let him go. And somehow, you are still believing that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to get justice. The only justice that you can get from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is Biafra. If you want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be free, pursue Biafra with all your strength. Pursue Biafra with all your might. Put everything in you in the pursuit for the restoration of Biafra. That is the way to give genuine freedom to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Until we begin to reason in that manner, we are not yet ready. Because the enemies who are against the life of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they won't give up. And they're after you. It is not about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it is about you. Because they know that when they take Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out, it will be easier for them. Just like they have done to Mazi Simon Ekpa. They knew that when Mazi Simon Ekpa is out of the way, they can be able to manipulate themselves and do what they have to do. But I bet you, they will realize that they have made the greatest mistake of their life. Because it doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter the angle they come from. We are going to continue to do what we have to do to free ourselves. You can imagine today, a very serious media restriction in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case today. They are restricting the media. We can't get any information from inside. We can't get any picture out. I've been reaching out in all the angles, expecting all the information that have to be expected. Nothing is coming out. They bar media from coming in a very crucial day. A very, very crucial day. Not even from our lawyer Jimako. Even in our lawyer Jimako, we are not hearing anything from him. We are not hearing any update from him. To show you how serious the restriction is. And some of us are still thinking that somehow justice is going to come. Where is that justice going to come from? And that is why we cry and say, why would Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ever be allowed to be tried in the Zoological Republic of Nigeria? Why? Why will anyone permit that? What is the arrangement? What is the agreement? What gave them that very courage to think that somehow, that maybe the trial can yield something? The master plan of these people, they don't mean well for you. They don't mean well for us. From the onset, they never meant well for you. And never meant well for me. And when you are dealing with criminals, a fraudulent country like Nigeria, you know they will throw everything at you. They can throw everything at you. And that is why you must not lose your guard. You must not lose your guard when you are dealing with the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. So wherever you are watching this program today, we must continue to remember Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in prayer. And also remain consistent in whatever demand we are making. We must never allow our voice to go cold. We must never allow the enemies to take charge. We must continue to speak and speak loudly, no matter what the enemy's plan is, no matter what they say, no matter what they do. The most important thing we must know is that our freedom does not depend on anybody. Our freedom does not depend on any man. It does not depend on any woman. Our freedom depends on Chukwu Okike Abiama himself. And Chukwu Okike have given us the strength to do everything we can, fight the best way we can to see that we are free. If you want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be free, you must continue to pursue the restoration of Biafra with all your strength, with all your might. If you genuinely want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be free, this is the time to begin to fight for Biafra with all your strength. Support the United States of Biafra government under Dr. Ngozi Orebweze. Give everything you can. If you genuinely want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu free, that is the only pathway to freedom. There is no shortcut. There's no shortcut. Some of you don't know the people we are dealing with. You don't know the enemies we are dealing with. The war we are embarking on is not just against the zoo alone. It is not just against the zoo. It is not just against Nigeria. The international community is a global conspiracy. That's what Mazi Nnamdi called it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu called it a global conspiracy. And that is what it is. That is what it is. The attack against Biafran people does not matter. The loss of life for Biafran people does not matter. The human rights abuse of Biafran people does not matter. A global conspiracy. Look at the case of Mazi Nnamdi today. Look at what Finland is doing. Finland that has first-hand information about the situation of the Biafran people. Finland have more information than what you think you have. From the onset, from the foundation, they know what transpired. Finland have passed through the same road that we are passing. But all of a sudden, you see what they are doing. All of a sudden, did you see what Finland is doing? That's to show you that what we are up against is more than you can imagine. The enemies we are up against is more than you can ever imagine. Wherever you are watching this program from, If you really care about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and you want him to be free, you must be prepared to give your all in the pursuit for the restoration of Biafra. You must be prepared to do everything humanly possible in the pursuit of the restoration of Biafra. That is the only way to show that you genuinely care. Apart from that, there is no other way to show. If you think that Nigerian government is going to be laughing with you, and Nigerian government is somehow going to wake up one day and grant you your freedom, it's not going to happen. You need to fight for it. You need to fight for it. If you think that you can get justice from Nigeria, it's not going to come. It is we that are going to enforce that freedom. I thank Chukwu Okike that we have a template already. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has given us the template, and he told us how you'll be in the front fighting, and he's in the front. And Mazi Simon Ekpa have taken up his own challenge, fighting on international law, also in international cases. If need be, we can go to ICC with Finland government. And I bet you, just like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is innocent, Mazi Simon Ekpa is innocent. Innocent of all charges that he brought against him. Just like Nigeria, Finland also brought the same charge to Mazi Simon Ekpa: incitement and supporting a terrorist group. And I asked the Finland authority, who was Mazi Simon Ekpa inciting? There is no Biafran child that needs to be incited. Every Biafran child that is born and become of age, Nigerian government themselves will let him know that he is not welcome. You don't need to incite anybody. Once a Biafran child is born and that child grows of age, the child will know that he is not welcome in Nigeria, that it is his or her own duty to fight to free him or herself. It is natural. It is not, you don't need to incite anybody. Every child that is of age, once you are grown, you will understand that Nigeria is not meant for you as a Biafran, that you need to look for a way out. Nobody incite us, nobody incite anybody. It is a natural thing that you need to know once you are born into that zone. And you will begin to understand it. Look at the issue, the recent one that happened about the JAMB exam. The recent one, the JAMB exam, in the entire nation of Nigeria, of how many states? Only the southeastern states, they tamper with their result. And part of Lagos, where Biafrans are dominant, their result was also tampered. Only in Nigeria. And you see how they whatever. Could you imagine that after they have tampered with the result, the idiot that manipulated that result and caused that problem came out and began to shed crocodile tears without resignation? He didn't even deem it fit to resign. If you were so hot to the extent that you know you committed something that is grievous, to the extent of shedding tears, the very first step you have to take is to resign. You resign and face the law. But that man was unapologetic, shedding crocodile tears. And some idiots that surrounded them as they played their drama, we are clapping for him. That is what you see in Nigeria. Idiots, we are there surrounding him and clapping for him. We always see them clap to stupidity in Nigeria. They did it in the time of Buhari. They are doing it in the time of Tinubu. You see an idiot talking rubbish, talking nonsense, and people will be clapping. To show you that this thing is premeditated, did you see that after they have done that criminality to destroy the result of people from the southeast, then after that crocodile tears, what did they do? JAMB came back and they began to run. They said the students will come back within 3 days to come and write the exam. Within 3 days. Within 3 days. Where does that happen? And you know how centers in Nigeria are scattered. You know those children, some of them can travel very far to go to the centers to write that exam. And some of them have to revise before they write the exam. They know they cannot meet up, but yet they are telling them that, giving them 3 days to go and write the exam. Why does that happen? Where do you see such a thing? Even if you want to write the exam, you need to give the children time. Give them time. Knowing how disorganized Nigeria is, you give them time to prepare themselves. But it is sad. The idiot that perpetrated that evil came and was sharing crocodile tears, and they were clapping for him. But he never resigned. Something that if Nigeria were to be a country, that man will be in jail. That his tears, will be sharing that tears in jail. The destruction of the JAMB result have already taken lives. We learned that one of the students committed suicide already. And many of them will be depressed. Do you know how many families you have destroyed? How many lives you have rendered useless? And all this is against the Biafran people. And when we talk, you are looking for somebody to incite you. Nobody, you don't need those students that those things happen now. Do they need Mazi Simon to come and incite them? All those students that participated in that very jam that was destroyed, do they need Mazi Simon to come and incite them? They don't. The family that the military went and shot the children of a man, 3 children were dead, lying dead on the ground. Children who were playing in the front of their house. They shot them. Do that family need Mazi Simon to come and fight for them or incite them? Those family, do they need Mazi Simon to come and incite them? They don't. They don't. And Finnish authorities have the mind, have the audacity to come out and say Mazi Simon is incited. And they went ahead and said that Mazi Simon belonged to a terrorist group. And when they say Mazi Simon belongs to a terrorist group, what it simply means is that they have now agreed with Nigerian government that the indigenous people of Biafra are members of the terrorist group. That is what it means. There is no other country in the world that see indigenous people of Biafra as terrorists except Finland and Nigeria. No other country in the world, IPOB, Indigenous People of Biafra, has their organization registered in all countries of the world. Today, the United States of Biafra is registered, has missions across the countries of the world. And wherever we have mission, we have officially submitted a letter to the government of the country where we reside. Official letter has been submitted about the mission of Biafra in all places where they are. But Finland see it differently, including Finland. In that Finland, we have our mission in Finland, and letter was submitted to Finland authority before that very mission in Finland was opened. Letter was submitted. We were aware, very much aware. Mazi Simon submitted letters. They were opening a mission. So, at what point did those missions become a terrorist group? At what point? At what point? It only happened when Nigerian government have approached Finland, and Finland began to pursue their economic interests in order to get our oil. They want to do everything humanly possible to take our oil. It is about economic interests. About economic interest. That's the same way United Kingdom sold out Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to Kenya. And through Kenya, extraordinary rendition him to Nigeria. And today, against all odds, against international law, they are bringing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to court. And all this while, we have been seeing, this is the court. You see how things have been transmitted before in the court. In the court before, people are there, they transmit and show us what is happening. Carry the people along. Since you have nothing to hide, why all of a sudden today, in the cross-examination of the witness, a very important day where the real cross-examination will begin, they bar the media. They do not want us to see what is going on. Ask yourself why. Ask yourself why. And after seeing this kind of a thing, do you still have hope in Nigeria? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have already made it clear that what you have in Nigeria is a shrine of injustice. That is what their court is. A shrine of injustice. That is what you have in Nigeria. So if you are one of those that is expecting that justice is going to come from, you cannot find justice in Nigeria. It will not come. The earlier we begin to rearrange our thought and begin to pursue a genuine freedom for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the better for us. As for this set of evil men, they are not going to do anything. Nothing good is going to come out from the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. Nothing good. You can keep on dreaming for as long as you care. If you really care about the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you must begin to think twice and do things differently. Do things differently. Because these people will never change. They will never change. Now they are barring the media from covering. The next thing they will do now is to stop Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from coming to court. Maybe tomorrow, in the court tomorrow, maybe they will not allow. They will not even bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to court tomorrow. They might not even bring him to court tomorrow. Now they are going back to where we started. You know, when they were buying the media before was when the White lawyer was there. The White lawyer, when he was there, he was part of the plan to bar Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from the media. When White lawyer there, you cannot. You can't speak to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Press cannot. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu do not have access to press because he wants to create an environment where he can be able to be dishing out his own propaganda. He wouldn't want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to counter his propaganda. That was why the White lawyer then was barring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from media. And immediately White lawyer was removed. And Aloy Ejimako was in charge. From the time of Aloy Ejimako until this son came in, media coverage was open. It was open. Every day Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come to court, we will see him from the court to outside. We'll get pictures. We'll get videos. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will speak to press. But today, what happened? What changed? What changed? Suddenly, what changed? Did you ask yourself, what have changed? And I bet you something must have changed. But we are watching to see what it is. We are watching to see what it is. That they have created such a restriction that even through Aloy Ejimako, you can't get any information. Even through Aloy Ejimako. Initially, Aloy Ejimako will put updates, send updates, but I have been going through Aloy Ejimako's handles. There is no update in Aloy Ejimako. He couldn't be able to make all that. That means they took away their phones from them and stopped everybody from. You can't come in with a phone. So we have to wait and see what actually transpired in the court today. This is the Nigeria we are talking about. When Biafrans say that they do not want to be part of this Nigeria, this is what we mean. A shrine of injustice. We don't want to be part of it. We have suffered for too long. We have suffered so much. And we cannot continue to suffer. Time has come that we'll do something differently. And we are going to take our freedom by force. Whether they like it or they don't like it, we will definitely take our freedom. It is very sad for you to be part of this zoological republic, to find yourself in a contraption called Nigeria. It is a sad thing. But what are we going to do? What are we going to do? There's nothing we can do than to continue to pursue the restoration of Biafra by all means necessary. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu already have taken his stance. And I thank Chukwu Okike that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has never, ever, ever one day shifted an inch from his stance. He has never shifted. The same position he was from the beginning, that is still the same position he's holding today. It is either Biafra or nothing. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not asking for anything. He's not asking for resource control. He's not asking for presidency. He's not asking for any restructuring. All he's asking is let my people go. Let my people go. That is what he's asking. And that request he has continued to make, unchanged, unwavered. Regardless all they are throwing at him, regardless all the persecution, everything they are throwing at him, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have remained steadfast in his demand. And he has not changed. And he will never change, no matter what they do. It is a very difficult time for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Every one of us, we must continue to pray for him as we go back and look back to the process he has passed and things he have, message he has left in the past. He has never changed. Let's hear this.
We're not fighting each other. We know where we're going. We're going to get Biafra. There is nothing anybody can do about it. Absolutely nothing. Nothing. I need them to understand this. We've crossed the Rubicon, the point of no return. There is nothing anybody can do. If I'm alive, if I'm dead, if I'm wherever I may be, Biafra will come. If I'm dead, it's even better because it will come far more quicker. I can assure you. If Biafra is fighting for you, no one will touch your property. If you're fighting alone, you're bound to lose it. So Biafra is the best. We will become the 16th member country of ECOWAS. If Nigeria doesn't release those properties, then we'll take them to court and we'll get them back. Even twice the value. The Jews had investments all over the world. Most of the priceless artifacts and paintings belong to many families in Germany. It was stolen by the Nazi party. Do you know that? Eventually they got everything back with compensation on top of it. That's what we're going to do. If you touch our investments, we'll come back for you. And we'll know where we can get it from. So there is nothing for anyone to worry about. It's only if I'm not stopping you from being a Nigerian, if you are born on the streets of Lagos and you want to be a Lagosian and your name is Adama, oh, well and good. There's no problem.
You heard that. You heard the message of Mazi Nnamdi. It's very clear. This was the message he has been having for more than a decade now, and he is still standing on the same message. He has never changed. And if you're one of those dreaming and thinking that you're going to break him down to change from his message, you have something else coming. All we have to do is to continue to stand on our own path to support the supreme leader of IPOB the best way we can. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has faced a whole lot of difficult situations for us. And those of us Biafrans, wherever you are, we must continue to do our part and never allow the enemies to weaken us. No matter what you see, no matter what you hear, do not be weak. Continue to be focused. And I bet you at the end of the day, we are going to win this fight.
ihe mbe na-eme mbe si ma chọrọ ofu ukwu ehi ma nke ọzọ mụ achọrọ ihe niile ma ụkwụ ya ma aka ya ma isi ya ma olu ya anyị ga-adọbiri wee pụọ na nke onwe anyị tighata azụ etu anyị nọ tupu ndị ọcha wee bịa ebe a nwa aha obodo ebe a nwe ndị mmadụ n'ime tupu nwa bekee si ebe o si hapụ obodo ya ọ bịa ebe a ọkpọrọ onye nke ọkpọrọ okeke ọkpọrọ okafọ dakọta anyị isi ọ sị n'ụbọchị nke taa na anya aha anyị wuzi Naijiria anyị na-aza aha na-enweghị omimi n'ime ya ihe ngwa gị gbasị biko kọwara m ihe Naijiria pụtara enwepụghị kọwara m ọmụwa ga-aza aha osimiri ka osimiri ga-aza aha mụnwa n'ihi ihe anyị na-ekwuwu na ebe a rụgidere ụlọ a na ọ jọgburu onwe ya ọ dịghị mma Naijiria agaghị emekọtanwu ihe ọzọ ihe ọjọọ emego n'obodo a arụ emego egbugo ndị be anyị aka na-egbukwa anyị ndị Fulani wee chere na mabata be anyị ka na-egbukwa ndị be anyị ruo ụtụtụ echi a na-asị m na ọ ga-adị mma oge ọ na-ekwekwu ka nwee mmekọrịta bụ nke ndị iro kọ nke ndị ụmụnne ha egosighị anyị ọtụtụ mgbe ha kpọrọ anyị asị onye ajụrụ ajụ na-ajụ onwe ya ha jụrụ anyị aja ama njụ onwe anyị agbanyeghị na anyị nwe ngwa ahịa n'ugwu Awụsa agbanyeghị na anyị na-azụ ahịa ebe niile dị iche iche na-eme nke ọma kama onye ghara ndụ kpakụ onye ire rie niile ọ Ndụbụisi ka anyị na-ekwu okwu ya ka anyị cheghata azụ ebe a ruo obodo anyị ka o wee maa mma wee karịa obodo ndị ọcha na mma ọhịa anyị na-arịọ nwekwe na ugwu nwee nkwanye ugwu n'ime onwe anyị ọnwa anyị pụọ n'iro a na-etigbu anyị pụọ n'iro okwu asị abụgịnị ma anyị ji wee ekwu okwu ọnwụ ihe ndị a ka anyị sị na anaghị anabatakwa ya ọzọ.
Akụkọ a kọrọ anyị bụ na ọkụkọ na ewu agaghị nzukọ ụmụ anụmanụ a na-emezi mgbe ọbụla a chọrọ ịchụ aja ejiri ọkụkọ maọbụ nwụchụ aja mgbe ọbụla a chọrọ ime ka Naijiria dị n'otu enwe ha na-etu esi mgbe kpam akpụrụ ndị Igbo ọ pụtara na anyị bụ ọkụkọ maọbụ ka ọ pụtara na anyị agaghị nzukọ mere ya bụ ihe eji eme anyị bụ ndị Igbo ụdị na ọbara ndị Igbo ahụ kpafu n'obodo Naijiria karịa
ọ bụ site na akpọmasị ihe na-eme anyị dịka ihe mere ndị ji oge mgbe gara aga etu akụkọ mba niile dị iche iche ji kpọọ ụmụ Izrel asị a na-egbu ha a na-egbu ha a na-egbu ha afọ niile aka na-egbu ha o wee ruo oge ugbu anyị asị na ogbugbu a na-egbu anyị na ọ dịghị anyị mma ọ ka mma na onwe ihe kegbuo anyị wu nwere onwe njem a nke anyị na-aga kama na anyị etete n'ụtụtụ asị na onwe onye gburu ebe a onwe ha na-ekwu okwu o doo na onye onwe onye n'aka ụkọchukwu n'ugwu Awụsa ebepụ isi ọnwụghị ofu ugboro ọnwụghị ugboro abụọ ọnwụghị ugboro atọ ọnwụghị ugboro anọ ọ bụ ruo ole mgbe ka a ga-egbugide anyị wee rue anyị asị mba na anyị ga-aga ka anyị nwee ike wee nwere onwe anyị ọ ka mma na anyị nwụrụ ebe anyị na-azọ nwere onwe tụbụ na anyị nọ n'ụlọ etu a mmadụ ibe mabata n'ime ụlọ mbịa bupụ m isi a sị na achọghị ụdị nka ọ bụghị anyị maka a ga-eji wee chụọ àjà ọzọ.
You have heard it. The message is clear and straight. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, his message is very, very clear. Each time he speaks, still on the same voice, the same tone, he never changes. What he told you yesterday is what he's saying. He's asking, how long will they kill us? How many times will they kill us before we learn our lesson? Is it until they finish us before we learn our lesson? Is it until they destroy all of us before we learn our lesson? Till when are we going to fight back? Till when? We have been coming a very long way, and it is time for us to react. And today, we are no longer sitting back and watching. Actions are going on here and there, lies left and center. While Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting in the front on the ground, Mazi Simon Ekpa is on international court fighting his own. Dr. Ngozi Arabweze is in DC, where things are happening, starting from the 30th. I'm telling you that this month is going to be a remarkable month that will be always remembered. 30th May, a peace summit. Gone are the days when we have to be looking at our shoulders and we're talking about our brothers. We are focusing on our enemies. Everyone should key in to this very 30th Peace Summit, 30th inauguration of our mission in DC, United States of Biafra Embassy in Washington, DC. Everybody should key in on our Heroes Day. It is mandatory. If you're in the United States, make sure you are there and do not be found wanted.
No fear for our land. we go stand together, fight for freedom now. No surrender.
This day is more than just an opening. It is a call for peace and reconciliation. Join us at the first ever Biafra Peace Summit, where the past and present voices for Biafra independence come together. No segregation, no division, just one people with one purpose, an occasion to voice our differences, resolve them, and stand stronger as one people. May 30th is also our separate Biafra Heroes Remembrance Day, when we honor the brave souls of men and women who fought and children who fell from the genocidal war of 1967 to 1970, where over 3 million Biafrans lost their lives. The day we honor those unjustly imprisoned and killed before the war, during the war, and presently, simply for being Biafrans. We salute our past and present leaders, from the vision of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu to the resilience of Philip Effiong, the fearless dedication of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the unwavering courage of Simon Ekpa Odogu, who have carried the torch of our struggle. Their sacrifices and leadership lights our paths forward. As we all know, for far too long, we've endured suffering at the hands of our enemies and division from within. This summit is power-packed to heal those wounds, to uproot seeds of discord planted among us, and to unite Biafrans across tribes, regions, religions, and political views. Together, we are unstoppable. Be part of history. Join us on May 30th, 2025 at the United States of Biafra headquarters in Washington, D.C. A day of unity, remembrance, and renewal. Biafra rises as one strong nation, bolder together. Venue, 11726 Connecticut Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. Time, 3 p.m. Biafra time and 10 a.m. Washington time. 30th of May 2025, a united Biafra. Our time is now. This message is proudly sponsored by the Office of the United States of Biafra Deputy Prime Minister, Her Excellency Dr. Ngozi Orabweze, and the Biafra Information, Telecommunication and Postal Service. My name is Marvelous Chukwubikem Arinze.
Face many things, we no fall. Them took Nnamdi Kanu, but we stand tall. Simon Ekpa, them country still they strong. We go rise higher, no place for wrong. We no go fall, we go stand. In unity, we hold the land. From night. Akubali bonine okay kwe akubale mane na mo okay kwe akubalo la mo no na mewe imanolo mbeje metadike no la o manolo mbeje metadike no la okay kwe akwa kama babazie akana na eme okay kwe kwa no boda ngama ti jubonye na kwe kwa nife kwe kwa akulu no na lew Igbo moloza mwazo great Biafrans onya bune otego kwe tiketi yewu Maka the first ever inauguration of United States of Biafra USB Embassy na Washington DC Office USA o ma believe meleme No be akaba se mo kan kolo lo bodo kaba no na ti na nugo nunwe. Nke abu na 30th May 2025. Mosi abu kanya be inauguration no ya akudo. Igbo bibo ya bu na gbagwa mbọ gị sonye n'imi ewu yi. Ịnọlụ na USA gba mbọ gị sonye. Maka anya bụ mmemme ya bụkwa ife ncheta ọma abụla eziokwu oyi. Na anya bụ 30th May 2025 bụ mbọsị dị asọ. Mbọsị a na-akwanyere ugwu ọma abụla eziokwu oyi. Na anya bụkwa 30th May 2025 Mukwambosi ejete Biafran heroes and heroes of my polyfamily. Nakanti kwo na ya bombosi diaso. Na ya bombosi bukwa the first ever Biafran peace summit of my polyfamily. Udo ya chio kamule kwoyi. Gedo muti no zama nwanezi salunu tata body na nwata chieza muru no binke Biafra is our home and the Biafra is our religion. No biasimu kansi salunu ya bozi oma. Maka nezu oka elude na totu ongiga. Maka nava na bora mono ramado na ya bunekute mmemme. Maka na oba kanni kwata mila keba kwa jasi enyiga kezu ezu babule bu welu tamalu. Nkendi kwadole ya bu mmemme bu. GME eke choosing bianolo mola mo kanale. Mado de Kamazi ebenize bele chukwu na mo kanalege. Wadati na ijele wani na mo kanale na luolu mwe. Asimono jisike no ya dilono na mewu. Ife menono manye mena mmawu. Igbo nulo mwe.
Thank you for being there with us. Thank you for your patience. All those informations are very important, and those are the things we need to know. And while we wait, the information we are getting now, the update we are getting from the court, is saying that the Nigerian government banned attendees, independent observers who have been cleared to witness Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's court trial from going into the courtroom with phones and other electronic gadgets. Just as we have been saying, this is an official statement that is coming out. The Nigerian government bans attendees, independent observers who have been cleared to witness Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's court trial from going into the courtroom with phones and other electronic gadgets. However, Nigerian media reporters are currently sitting tight in court, preparing to dish out lies and as well distort court proceedings as they have done in the most recent past, so stated, and which is true. You know, all this while, because independent media goes in, they cannot be able to distort informations. Before they dish out their lies, we already have facts. Even Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will speak, court will speak. But when they are buying now, it's just to create a room for them to create that their narrative, to distort. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should have not been tried at all. It shouldn't have been tried. Court proceeding had already commenced as early as 9 a.m. with but limited number of people allowed inside the court. The little or no information circulating about the proceedings experienced within the last 2 hours, another source said. Nonetheless, findings are being made and a comprehensive report will be made shortly. We will continue to follow up. Whenever any update comes, we are going to share it with Biafrans to get. But as you can see, Nigeria is playing out their game. When we say you can't trust Nigeria, this is it. Anybody that is putting hope in Nigeria or reaching an agreement with Nigeria, you're wasting your time. You are only endangering yourself. Because whatever agreement you reach with them, they will definitely violate that agreement. It doesn't matter how they agree with you. So while we continue to wait, this message is very important because of the betrayal that is happening today. Because of the betrayal and things that are happening in this restoration, this message is good to be played over and over and over again. And I will continue to share it and play so that the audience can pay attention and listen to this message.
Now, eventually, we know that the government in Nigeria jejide the man we koyega we tunieranga ndi Hausa ndi Nebiru ugwu ndi Fulani Even governor the governor when they want to na party ala akuba na chire ka sa febele na no gi fa na jide ha di na enwe then gi wan no na Igbo na enwe angole at the same time gi na fa ndị ilo na enwe angole gi wan enwe angole inwe mental problem inwe very big problem otu ka esi ewe ha ti mari ha nwa na eme ba o se na bụ na election ka na eme Olofe na-achị ofu obodo funukwute obodo nwanụ nọ n'ụwa one of the major most powerful countries in the world. Eweme election na befa the man lose election. Ozugbo lose election ndị terrorists niile ndị Hamas ndị ISIS ndị Al-Qaeda ndị Boko Haram na-enwe aṅụrị na-agbapụta na-agbọ mmanya na-aṅụrị na the man na-adịga election gị nwa nọrọkwa n'ebe ị nọ na-enwekwa aṅụrịkwa na the man dakwara election inwe problem. If I can deal na angry because of an event, give us na angry because of that same event. You have a problem. Look at David Eba. Even in our because of the event that was in Israel. It's okay, ma'am. They know begin. Obuna ndilo if make it ndini ne polo Jesus ase ndini ne hate like na election and ne kukita ke me na election the man da even Israel dike ba na eruju Israel covenant children of God ha na ebe akwa na eti no fo ni ha hope ra ka enyelfa aka we numu ogu ndị na-achị ikpochapụfa na-ewepụ onye ndị Israel na-eruju Israel ndị bụ ụmụ Chineke na-eruju gị nwa na-enwe aṅụrị. Something is wrong with you. Something is wrong with you. Mani mama, mani hanya ekwukita nweke like ndị na-ege ege na-esela anyị online. Ọ na-agbakasị arụ mana ihe bụ the truth of otu esi ama ebe onye kwuru ife na-eme n'obi onye anwa. Ị ga-amalili aka ọ bụ ife mwute bụrụ ife mgbawa obi. Na ịbịa na all the tribes enwe na Nigeria, n'ụwa niile, obodo niile nkụwa, even from Bible, the only tribe amara how to protect their own bụ ndị Igbo. Sọsọ ndị Igbo. Sọsọ the elites nọ na Igbo bụ ndị amara how to fight and protect their own. Mma fe gosi gị na Bible now. Metugo mi aka one time I know morning prayer that mana mmemetugo ya aka kita because actually me ikwu on this. Maka na ihe anụ nwa David na-asị si akụkwa ndị ya n'ebe ndị ilo nọ si ekwere ka ndị ilo ya na fa nwebe ahụrụ na fa ga-ebido tebe egwu ọṅụ because na ife otiti dakwasị ha nwa n'obodo Israel. Ndị Igbo most of our elites aghọtara ya. Oya akpata ịbịa watch ya over the weekend ụmụ okorobịa ndị ntorobịa nọ na Yoruba bịa na-asị na ha ga-enwe Yoruba nation ha ga-eme Yoruba nation na-ekwusi eke ndị polisi wụọ n'ọfa sịba ụnụ anwakwa na anwa pụta ụnụ anwakwa na anwa ụnụ atrai kwa na atrai a na-abafụ na apụtakwana fasị na ọsọ kwue n'igwe metụ anyị na ha na-enwe Yoruba nation ha na-etigbu ọmalụruo ụbọchị ahụ to everybody's greatest surprise ha nupụta gbam jee ebe ahụ ha kwụ ha ga n'owe mie gbadị na-eme na ha chọrọ Yoruba nation dị ike Nigeria gwuo ha na-eme ha na watch ya vidio ya watch ya otu esi wee gosi ha nwa niile ife ndị Nigerian polisi na amị medebe bụ ịpụta na-agba ha mmiri biko gbasasịanụ ọsụsụ ofu nwatakịrị ka asị dị 40 years ka asị na anọ ọnwụ ya a na-asị na stray bullet tụrụ ya but they did not come out to kill those people. Try ihe ahụ ha mere try ya na n'Igbo just ụmụ okorobịa Igbo pụta n'okwube na anyị chọrọ Igbo nation na-ekwuru na ụnụ eme rally ụbọchị dị otu a ụbọchị ahụ na-enulu pụta. I am telling you a ga-agba ụnụ pieces gba ozu mmadụ amadị less than 100 ga-atọgba ebe a. Gịnị bụ the difference? Difference bụ na ndị Yoruba mala na their elites ndị bụ ndị ọlụlụ n'okwu ga-akwụ ụmụ ha n'azụ and ha ga-anọgụ ife emekwa na ndị a mafa na emetịa mafa adị emetịa. They will fight and protect their own. Kedu ife kpata na Fulani herdsmen na-awaghalị n'ọfịa na-aga n'obodo na slọta ndị mmadụ na-alụ na-egbuwasị ndị mmadụ isi. Gịnị kpata na wee luo tata na aka akpọrọ n'afa terrorist organization? Why? Because na ndị befa ma how to protect their own. Ị na-ekwasị gị na ụmụnne anyị amara our misguided brothers that we need to call them to order no nwayọ aghọta no our misguided misdirected brothers. So he said federal government gọọmenti ga-ekwu okwu megide ha ife a ga-ekwu bụ na si chọọlụfa cattle route ụzọ efifa ga-esi aga ọ bụ na fa mebie ịkọsịa rice kọsịa akpụ ha taa ya ewe n'iwe emesịa ka nye gị compensation. Ife niile gọọmenti na-eme bụ is to defend them. Government has never, federal government has never come out to condemn the Fulani herdsmen. Why? Because Nandi Befanine Ufanazu. Then Boko Haram, get it go away before we declare Boko Haram terrorist organization. Ha make it the law, make it the book, take it over. So he said, for a couple of federal government ga-ekwu okwu megide ha ife aga na-ekwu bụ na si chọọlụfa cattle route ụzọ efifa ga-esi aga ọ bụ na fa mebie ịkọsịa rice kọsịa akpụ ha taa ya ewe n'iwe emesịa ka nye gị compensation. Ife niile gọọmenti na-eme bụ is to defend them. Government has never, federal government has never come out to condemn the Fulani herdsmen. Why? Because Nandi Befanine Ufanazu. Then Boko Haram, get it go away before we declare Boko Haram terrorist organization. Ha make it the law, make it the book, take it over local government. Maybe before we even when they protect it of today, they still protect their own. Oh yeah, but ne Boko Haram, na ufu facility. Then warfare, nenefa bread and tea. Bido skuzibel fa akwụkwọ 6 months ga ekpopụtafa yinyefa uniform se ha foto wepụtara anya anyị na-ekilifa ebe ha si uniform ndị Boko Haram ejide ndị a na-egbu mmadụ na-egbutọsị mmadụ asị na ederadicalize gofa then ekpolu ụfọdụ mefa send afọ obodo oyibo ka fajeje gụọ akwụkwọ ewelzo ndị ọzọ kpefa na Nigerian army se ha jee na army ka ha jere n'ụbazọ ha adịgo mma na ha abụrọzi na ha echegharịgo otu a ka esi handle fa. The same Nigerian government jide ndị IPOB eze ndị IPOB anwụ hazam anwụ ha na sel ndị agbagburu agbagbu ndị oyi afọ ebe ya etebe apịtị atụghị ha n'ime apịtị ha na-atụrụkọ n'ime apịtị. You dehumanize them, you mess them up, you do all manner of things to them, and then reason bụrụ na ndị elites ndị Igbo a na-akụrụ ndị federal gọọmenti agasa na ụnụ na try ụnụ anwa aka because the Igbo man does not know how to protect his own. Hey, what are values for the Nkefa? Ndị ọzọ niile a na-eme ka m gosi gị na Bible, ka m gosi gị something na Bible. A na-ekwubu gị ihe anụnwa mgbe anyị na-ele foundation for the kings of Israel, mana for the benefit of our viewers, ndị a dị eso eberela anyị n'oge ka m gosi gị an event mee na obodo Israel. O nwere one man bụ onye a Levite, onye Levi. In fact, this story is in Judges chapter 9 to 21. I'm going to summarize here. Now, this man, no why, man, no concubine, ka Bible polia. But I won't hear one. I know there am on a banilo, nesum okay. So, je kwaiko, dear chopota. So, dear chona benya. Or messa dear likely. So, dear after some days, dear way, Jeko, Japonatia. So, dear Ponatia, Kajana days when I'm chia back. Kahana aga. Chichibido fandozo. Ebe factually lalo na Market Square. Ha na ebe anwa one man jelu ugbo na abalị wee fa wee sị ebe ụlọ dị very dangerous and ebe anyị adọrọkwa ezigbo mmadụ bịanụ ka anyị jee na be m. So the man kpọlfa fa wee jee na be the man. Ruo na be the man ha bata the man nye ha nri mago nye camel fa nri and so on. Oluo n'abalị ụmụ okorobịa obodo anwa ndị Gibea dị na Benjamin ụmụ okorobịa obodo a wakpo the man sị na ifulu nwoke na nwaanyị bata na be gị kpọpụta the man ka gosi gị na Judges chapter 19. Look at verse 20. Okay, verse 24. Verse 22, sorry. Verse 22. Now, verse 22. If the man has said, now as they were making their hearts merry, behold, the men of the city, certain sons of Belial, beset the house round about, beat at the door, spoke to the master of the house, the old man, where said, bring forth the man that came into your house, that we may do what? That we may know him. Actually, Tinia, I bụ nwoke mana anyị na-like nwoke ibe anyị, anyị chọrọ ịkwụ ya iko, kpọpụtara anyị the man ka anyị dinaa ya. This old man wee sị, kedu ebe the man mere? Enwere m ụmụ agbọghọ exactly ife mee na nke Lot na Sodom and Gomorrah. Ka akpọnye ụlọ ụmụ ndị nwaanyị ka unu di na ha sị na ha chọrọ nwaanyị, kpọnye anyị nwoke a na anyị na nwoke anyị ga-edineli nwoke a, anyị ga-eme ehomo tata. So ebe a na-emezi ha, ebe a na-emezi the argument, the man n'onwe ya, because ịma na nwunye ya nwa na-akwata iko, so na-esote ụmụ nwoke, so the man wee pakeji nwunye ya, kwapụrụ ya, si adị na nwunye m, ụnụ ma ihe ụnụ chọrọ iji eme mee ya. Na verse 25 a na Russia. Verse 25. So, but the men would not hearken to him. So the man only actually took his concubine. Now, when you say, "Bob, I like him." Okay, yeah, iko ngwa je ke kwa iko ke kwa joy ka fotata. So, or package you munye kwapolo ha munye, and they brought her forth unto them, and they knew her. However, about this girl iko, and they abused her all the night. Kwa get this girl iko throughout the night. Yeah. Iko weju the woman afọ mana ife mezi bụ na by the time chi na-efopụta ụtụtụ that woman died. Nwanyị a wee nwa. So mgbe the man fụ na nwunye ya nwụọ, verse 29 na verse 29, and when he was coming to the house, mgbe ọ fụ na nwunye ya nwụgo, ọ baa n'ụlọ mbụ the man je weta mma wee tụkwasị ya nwunye na verse 29 now say he took a knife, laid hold on his concubine and divided her. Jide nwunye into 11 pieces together with her bones into 12 pieces, and set her into all the coasts of Israel. Can you get the man no man? Ojitozu nwunye ma ọkpụkpụ dị na ya were mma gbulie ya into 12. O were side a o bugara ndị ebo Ruben, were side a bugara o were side a o bugara ndị ebo Ruben, were side a bugara ndị ọbụla na-ebugara ọkọlọfife ndị Gibea ndị Benjamin mere nwunye na ha kwagide nwunye iko kwagbuo ya ọnwụọ. O bugara ndị Juda, bugara ndị Zebulon, ndị Naphtali, and so on and so forth. So mgbe ndị Israel ndị ọzọ nụrụ ihe mee, ha wee sị mba na ndị mere ife a bụ alụ ka fa mee na ha mekwe. In short, ha ndị Israel ndị okenye niile wee mee meeting wee bịa wee sị ndị Benjamin unu malụ ụmụaka mere ha, ụmụazị akwalike asị kpọpụtafa na anyị ga-egbu ha na ha dizavụlụ ọnwụ n'ụdị ha ekwesịrị ka eme ya n'obodo Israel. Ịma the funny thing, ndị Benjamin wee sị fa chachachachachachachafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafafaụ. Ọ ya bụ ebe na-aga asịrụ na onwe dị nwaanyị unu ga-emetụ aka. Ife melọ dị mma mana mmadụ emetụta aka cha. They protected their own. They shielded their own. N'agbanyeghị na ụmụazị amela adama ndị nene ha agba sọsọ bela ya ụmụ ekwesị ndị Benjamin jụ na we won't release them. Ya bụrụ nọ ndị Igbo. So everybody na-protect ife ndị Israel ndị ọzọ wee sịfa ọ bụrụ na akpọpụtara ụmụaka anyị anụso ụlọ gị ya nwe ebe 11 tribes ga-ejikọ aka wee bịa nụso sụsọ 1 tribe of Benjamin ọ. Ndị Benjamin ralụ kama anyị ga-akpọpụta ụmụaka nụso na anyị ọgụ kwado na ka anyị kwado. To our greatest surprise, ha wee baa ọgụ. N'ime na fa baa ọgụ anwa, ọ bụrụ na watch ya na that battle a verse 21, chapter 20, ka m gosi gị ihe mere. The first round of that battle Bible says, and the children of Benjamin came forth out of Gibeah, and they destroyed it down to the ground of the Israelites that day. 22,000 men. Nigga want you. Ndị abụ family alụ. Ha jụ na fama mkpọpụta ụmụ fa protect ụmụ ha. Anọbazok 11 tribes wee bi n'ụsọfọ ọgụ. Ka ntinye otu a, Chineke mara sị na ife ndị Benjamin na-eme the right for protecting their own children. God fought for them. Family Israel niile gbuo ndị Israel 22,000. Now how do you reconcile that? Ndị Israel na-echi ya sị gịnị na-eme ha? Simple. Israel went around 2. Now verse 23. Verse 23 was, and the children of Israel went up and wept before the Lord until evening. Now, sorry, Ghana verse 25. 25 was, and Benjamin went forth against them out of Gibeah the second day, and they destroyed down to the ground of the children of Israel. 18,000 men. All of them were people that were drawing the sword. Had around 2. Benjamin Bukofa 18,000. If I call 18,000 plus 22,000 or the 40,000 diesel who's why? Each one the Benjamin is if I say now I now to protect our misdirected brethren. Why? Amariha me weje kwa iko kwa buo madu niko. No haka I na fight. I na fight for them. Obodo ni name how to fight for their own youths. Even now you to this so zealous make a mistake. You will first of all if people they no chago dog but as any muno. You were not going to be well then what they are support her. Oh godly haizia igagente. Mani put up publicly go see na or fear garu to control them. That is exactly the situation I am on here. And the equally story gather you will discover wisdom of God but an even Israel no how we decided kafa weta aja ka chu aja Gideon the Benjamin came how do you bulletin how you believe bulletin because they were fighting to protect.
This is a very, very strong message for every Biafran. We must learn to protect our own. We must. It is a must. We must learn to protect our own. We have been in this journey for a very long time. Many Biafrans have lost their life. We must learn to protect our own. And the time is now. It doesn't matter what the enemies say, what they do. You must learn to protect your own. Today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in the court because of you. Because of me. Biafra is in the court today. And Nigerian government is playing their games. In today's case, they don't want us to hear anything that is coming from court. They don't want us to see the update. They are blocking everything. Nobody was allowed to enter into the court with their phone. And even people that are clear to be in the court, we are not able to get into the court. Now you see the narrative is changing gradually. That is why some of you don't understand Nigeria. You don't understand the zoo. If you understand the zoo, you must not trust anything they do. Since Ejimako has been handling this case, we saw a free hand. Media update on daily basis. When we had this situation was the time Ejiofor, the Karawat lawyer, was there.
See,
when that criminal was there, that when we were having that blockade. But now they have started again. Go ahead, my sister.
Bro Chicks, it's not that we don't understand the zoo. The people understand the zoo. And that is the reason why Ejimako stood his ground. And that is why things changed when Ejimako took over this. The people that are doing this, and even the same people are showing less concern, are people that Nigeria has believed that Nigeria made them. The people that benefit from the corruption of that country called Nigeria. So they are the ones doing all this. They are the ones that will pretend they're working against Nigeria or as a lawyer, but now behind things has already gone. You see this phone call? You can use it to do anything. You can call. You can. Who is holding in Nnamdi Kanu for a long time now? Nigeria. Whose court say this man is free? Nigeria court.
Nigeria.
These lawyers and the son or whatever they call themselves, where did they study? Who made them lawyers and son? Nigeria.
Really?
So you see, anybody that are benefited in one way or the other, or thing that Nigeria made him or her will never go against Nigeria. You must be, before you get somebody like that, it's a miracle. Let me put it like that. And if you stood on your 2 feet, it doesn't matter what, they come after you in one way or the other. If your president is corrupt, if your president is 419, just tell me what is it? See, snake begot snake.
Yes.
There is nothing good that will come out of that place. Or those handling that. Even Ejmakam, it's different. Maybe because he lived in the United States and got, educated over here. Maybe that's why he's even sounding straight and standing firm. It's just so sad. It's so ridiculous that we'll get back into this. And they need to explain to Biafra what happened. How do they get back to this case? Because we don't believe in that case. We don't agree. The whole Biafran, interview them, grassroots. They will tell, go interview them at anywhere, they don't even know why. The court has said, release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And you will hear from them the next year, we don't trust Nigeria. That's what you hear from masses. So saying that, no, our people know, it's those few elite that we are talking about. They are the ones that are idiots. Because they think Nigeria made them whom they are. Because they think that they survived and they made it, in life through corruption. So they don't see evil as evil. They don't see it as bad. They see it as achievement. It's an achievement. If you think that it's easy, come. That's what they're going to tell you. You think that it's easy to be corrupt. You think that it's easy to maneuver your way. Come and try. That's what you hear from them. So it's just so sad. Because right now, for them to ever agree to stand this trial, I don't know what else we can do about it, except, we need, I'm still looking at the government, because this is a government, and I'm gonna wait to see where the government is gonna come by, because Simon Ekpa got the key. He had the key on how to treat that country, Nigeria.
Exactly.
To get them to their knee, and they were on their knee begging for relief. Begging. Do you know what is begging? A whole country was on their knee begging for life. How many people have you seen since that time coming out? What do we do with this case of Nnamdi Kanu? We need to release them. Things are getting bad in Southeast. You don't hear them. Everybody's not relaxed. They're all relaxed. Nobody is fighting to get Nnamdi Kanu out again. But Simon Ekpa put Nigeria on their knee, and they were, when it started, they say it's Southeast problem. Southeast problem. But when the economy started cropping so bad, then they know it's not only Southeast problem. It's the whole problem, because if Southeast shut down, no trailer from wherever it's coming from is going to enter Southeast. So everybody, if you're a transporter, Monday, stay at home affects you. You can only park somewhere and wait until the next day, Tuesday. So that's when they started knowing. Before, they pretended it was Southeast economy. And then at the end of it, it wasn't only Southeast. It was every Nigeria. Was feeling the pinch, the pain. And then, like the pastor said, we Igbo people are the only people that does know. Then who are we human beings? Because look at a fowl with chicks. If something is coming to take one single chick of a fowl, something that we'll call an animal, it will fight with all it got to save the life of that one single chick. There is no, we belong to animal class, but they say human beings are higher, animal. But look at every other animal and see how they, even ordinary bee. That's why if you go to bee and touch it, they will stink you to death. So why? So can you ask? How do we begin to ask this question? Are we human beings? Where are we? If pastor said and it's true, it's real, it's fact from what we are looking at now, that we cannot protect our own. Rather, we give our own out. So if an animal that we call animal, we use them as pet, even a dog. I don't think there is any animal that will have a baby and will not protect that baby.
None.
So where are we coming from? It's a question that is begging for answer. Because it's not that the person is saying it, it's facts. The Muslim people, the Northerners were there jubilating that Simon Ekpa has become, and then our people too, Igbo speaking for kind of, were also jubilating. Now everybody shut off mouth. Who is gonna fight this fight? Nobody. And anybody saying Simon Ekpa is instigating. Nobody instigating anything. And even Simon Ekpa said it. Nigeria has done people so much, so bad.
So much bad that people don't need to be instigated.
You don't need that. One of the media, the guy, the other guy, I don't know what's his name. His twin was killed by Nigeria. And when he's talking, you could feel that anger in his voice. Tomorrow you say somebody instigate. A woman at Owerri, at Imo State, lost 2 sons that went for a wedding. How many people were killed there? And 2 of her sons, the woman also died at that process of heartbreak. So if a brother is still remaining in that, you don't think he's going to find a way to revenge? He's going to find a way to revenge. So nobody is instigating. I don't know any family in Nigeria that has not experienced some type of pain. Look at the little kiddos that just took jump of yesterday, ordinary jump. And it wasn't even the teachers, it was the children. It was kiddos who were saying, no, this is not my result. Before the teachers even started looking into it. So you can imagine a child, kiddos that are even under 18 years, minor, saying this is not my result. You see how much the citizen of that country does not trust their government. And Finland is there looking for who is instigating something. Finland has decided, whoever that is leading them now has decided to take a part of British, and they're gonna fall and fall so bad. When what they're doing now will come back to them, they will get no help because they already stained themselves. They're stained. So where Finland is coming from, I have no idea. What they thought they have on their head, I have no idea. Finland just from nowhere started running around like France. Do you see how France, they kick them out? That's how. Go and attach yourself. And once you attach yourself to Nigeria, you will forget what your resources that you had before that was sustaining you. And then when you're forcefully cut off, you start to stagger. Continue. Continue. It's really sad. It's really sad to see what is going on. And these current countries are seeing what is going on and they're supporting this effort. Supporting this effort. I can't understand it. Who is ruling this Finland? How he got the only country with Nigeria that called IPOB terrorist organization. The only country, Western country, is Finland that put themselves in such a situation. Finland that have a history with Biafra people. Finland, the question is, if you say someone is committing, is instigating terrorism in your own country, then what about yourself that he was in your country doing that? For how many years? So what are you committing as a country? Harboring a terrorist? Is that? I hope this present prime minister or whatever they call themselves, or president of Finland, have advisors that they look into this situation and go bring back their name. Go bring back their name and not allow their name to be stained because they're looking for oil. This oil will burn all of you. All of you. To burn all of you. So, that's where I'm going to put it here. Because if you keep asking all these questions, you don't get answers. You don't get anything. You just live in your wonderland. But no matter how, if they don't allow phone, there's no way we will not get one way or the other what happened in the court today. We will get it. There's nothing that is hidden under the sun. We will get it. If we don't get it by the lawyers, we'll get it through Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We will hear what happened. And I know him. He will not give up. When you push him to the wall, he's gonna be that lion that he has been. So I'll leave it here, but it's just overwhelming that I don't know how we're going to educate ourselves. I don't know how we're going to educate ourselves to protect our own. People still, even now, go to media and they are castigating their own now. Yeah? My brother, I leave you to continue. Thank you. Brochus, are you muted?
Thank you so much, my sister. Thank you so much. I appreciate you on that very wonderful contribution that you just made. No matter how they try to continue to hinder us, we will never stop. And the more they try to stop us, the more we fight back and we fight more harder. And at the end of the day, we are going to get our victory. Finland and Nigeria are just on the same page now. They'll be treating their evil, their propaganda, their blackmail against Biafrans. And just like my sister asked, if Mazi Simon Ekpa is a terrorist, Alex Stubb is a terrorist, for sure. If the Prime Minister of Biafra, United States of Biafra, is a terrorist, Alex Stubb is a terrorist. There's no two ways about it. And if they see the indigenous people of Biafra as terrorists, the Finnish people are terrorists. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Because in the planet Earth, there is no other country in this world that sees the indigenous people of Biafra as a terrorist. Every place where we are, almost in all countries of the world, we are registered there. Every IPOB organization is registered. The United States of Biafra government is registered. Anywhere they are registered. It is not a secret society. We are not hiding. And there's nothing we are doing the secret. It's an open organization for everybody. Most time when we hold our meeting, we hold it online and people see it live. So if they see Mazi Simon Ekpa as a terrorist, you are a terrorist. You that see him as a terrorist, you are a terrorist. You see IPOB as a terrorist, you yourself, you are a terrorist.
The first get together of Biafra people were in Finland.
In Finland?
Yes, the second where Biafra was declared a country, Finland. So we cannot write a history now without putting Finland in our history.
Exactly.
So I don't get it. I don't get it. That's why the advisors of the current leader should ask him these questions. When did this change? What time? At what point? It's a question. At what point? That means the president, the current one now, is a corrupt human being. He's corrupt. He's a corrupt. If you associate yourself with Tinubu, you are corrupt, and they need to investigate you. That man needs to be investigated. Two, he's a corrupt man. He's a corrupt leader. So Finland, you better start to investigate what type of business is that man going in with Nigeria.
It's as simple as that. There's no doubt about that. The man is corrupt. There's nobody in this planet that will enter in such a deal with the Tinubu that is not corrupt. A drug baron, somebody whose case is in the public, not even hidden. You are reaching deal with them. The atrocities of Nigerian government is in public, it's not hidden. The stance of the IPOB across the world is not hidden. The legitimacy of the Biafran struggle across the world is not hidden. Mazi Simon Ekpa, even before Mazi Simon Ekpa came out fully to this agitation, he went to their parliament. He submitted petition. They saw it. He went to the presidency. He submitted the petition. There has never been anything that Mazi Simon Ekpa did that he did in the secret. Most of the time, we saw all these actions online. At what point did Mazi Simon Ekpa become a terrorist? That is my question. We went for the convention 2 years ago in Finland. Before that convention, the Finnish authorities were officially informed that we are coming for convention. And Biafrans flew from all parts of the world. They flew in from all parts of the world. And even in this second convention, Finnish authorities were officially informed. In fact, the day Mazi Simon Ekpa went to submit official letter to their police to tell them what we are going to do, they were telling Mazi Simon Ekpa, which I played on video. They told Mazi Simon Ekpa on that day that you know that this thing that you're about to do is going to cause an uproar. It's going to make people raise their eyebrow, that the world is going to look into it. And Mazi Simon Ekpa told them in that video, he said, that is what I want. On video, he told them, that is what I want. They told him that this convention is going to draw international attention. Mazi Simon will tell them, I know, and that is what I want. Finland knows our story more than we have even provided. Mazi Simon Ekpa wasn't around during the Civil War. The Finnish people who were around during the Civil War who served in Biafra land. One of the women who served in Biafra land, a Finnish woman, she's still there. She attended the program of the Biafran people most of the time. The Igbo meeting and convention she attended. They know our story. In fact, she told the story of what transpired. A Finnish woman. I think I have. Let me see if I can find that video of the video of that Finnish woman, where she attended a program that was held by the Biafran people, and Mazi Nnamdi introduced her. So when we are talking about Finland knowing our story, they know it very well. But all of a sudden, a corrupt man is in power today. And now he has sold his soul to the devil, dancing the music of the Janjaweed. He is now in the front line of the persecution of the Biafran people. And he wants us to be quiet. We will not be silent. But I bet you he is going to get what he has bargained for. He's going to get what he's going. We will see how you're going to end up. Alex, stop. We will see how you're going to end up. The Finnish people are watching. Sometimes I'll be asking, is it the same Finland? The same Finland that took away the meal, the lunch of their children and sent to Biafra land for Biafran children to have something to eat? Is it the same Finland or another one? That is today calling us terrorists. Is it the same Finland that denied their children their lunch and they sent that lunch, the money, to Biafran land for our children that were starving to death? Is that the same Finland?
That's what you get when you get a corrupt leader. That's what you get. That's why I said that it's a corrupt man.
You can imagine. You can imagine. And when we say it, people don't understand. And that was why Mazi Nnamdi was very confident in what he was doing. He wasn't committing any crime. The people where he was, who he was with them, know the story of Biafra. In fact, that was one of the stories Mazi Nnamdi could tell. They said there was a cathedral they were building in Finland then during the Civil War. Finland were building a cathedral. They had to suspend that cathedral they were building. A cathedral, it is still there. Mazi Nnamdi said, when you go underground the tunnel, you will see where they wrote Biafra there. He showed it to us on one of the videos he played. They suspended the building of that cathedral because of the Biafran war. They suspended it. But today, you can see what corruption can do. And even if it is difficult for you to understand, do you remember the very first time they approached the former ambassador of Nigeria? When they approached her, she said, Mazi Nnamdi has not done anything wrong yet. For them, he has not done anything wrong. That he has the right to pursue his self-determination and he's going to enjoy every right, human rights, that he deserves. Today, what changed? What changed? Is there any crime that Mazi Nnamdi have committed? And you can imagine, when they were telling us to investigate, they said Finland authority and Nigeria authority went into a wide range of investigation. That the Finland and Nigeria went into a wide range of investigation. Finland and Nigeria. And I will be asking, wide range of investigation. Where? How? Who did they interview? You don't even need to go far to know the situation in Biafran land. The insecurity in Biafran land, the cause of the insecurity, is in the public. It doesn't need a rocket science. And to show you the corruption, the 4 men that they arrested, that they were the terrorist sponsor, the 4 people, after how many months? After 4 months plus, they discharge and acquit them of all crimes, that they have not committed any crime. The 4 Biafrans, who they put their name in terrorist list, they took their name and put in terrorist list. For that 4 months, where they say they were investigating. And we learned that each one of them, in their investigation, the paper they used to, they say about 9,000 pages. They used to investigate each person. And we're wondering, from where to where? And after all those investigations they did not find any fault in those people. The 4 men, they don't find, all they did was just to come back and say, oh, Master Simon Ekpa is incited, instigated. He's a part of a terrorist group. What terrorist group? Is it IPOB? IPOB that has present in all parts of the world. Is that a terrorist organization? Is it the Briggy that was established in Finland themselves? Is it Briggy that Finland is the headquarters? Is it the United States of Biafra that was declared in Finland? In Finland, that was where it was declared. Biafrans flew in from all parts of the world. From all parts of the world. Did they bomb anybody? Did you hear of any attack anywhere? Or did they commit any crime anywhere? Did you hear of any? Was there any crime committed anywhere where they are? And today they wake up and they begin to dish out propaganda and lies against the Biafran people. And they want us to keep silent. We are watching. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have used the right language, global conspiracy against the Biafran people. You know, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu spoke about that global conspiracy, many of us did not understand it. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu talked about that global conspiracy, we never understood it. Some of us thought it was just one of those words he used. But when you look through, you will see the global conspiracy very, very clear. Very, very clear. That's the reason Finland will come out today and begin to rise against the Biafran people. So finally, there is nothing we could be able to hear for court. The court has ended finally. They have ended the court sitting. And we will be waiting. Whenever we get an information, we will put forward. Update. Court proceeding and further hearing has been adjourned to 22nd May 2025 as initial scheduled. However, details of today's proceeding, part of which was the expected cross-examination of the prosecution witness against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the defendant, has not been made public. Today's proceeding is nothing short of secret trial. This is dangerous proceedings. This is a dangerous precedence that cannot be allowed to spill over. We said it, secret trial finally. That is what it is. The courts have ended and they are adjourned to tomorrow. In a critical time, cross-examination of the witness. When their witness were providing their evidences and all, they were doing it to, they allowed people to see it to, they used the media to propagate it, they used the media, everyone saw it. But when it came to cross-examination of the witness, which is where we are concerned, which is where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we get it fair, which is where Biafrans are paying, which is where the whole world are paying attention, to see how those SB that were presented will be quashed. To see how those idiots will be cross-examined, they remove the media. They remove the media. And it turned to a secret trial. As we speak, no update of what transpired. We'll just be waiting. Maybe later on, Aloy Ejima come out and make a speech, make a broadcast. Then we can be able to catch up from Aloy Ejima, whatever he has to say. But as it stands now, there is no update from everywhere. Everybody was bad. Everybody was bad. And there was no update coming from any angle, from any cause. The only thing that Aloy Ejima wrote was update cross-examination prosecution witness in. Witness commenced today, shall continue tomorrow. That's all. That's all he wrote. That means they have told them to keep quiet. Even Ejimako on his platform did not give any information. He just wrote update. Cross-examination of prosecution witness commenced, which commenced today, shall continue tomorrow. That's all. That's the only thing he wrote there. No update. At least previously we get the update, the cross-examination, the question that were asked, the question that was the evidence that were presented, we are hearing it. But when you get to the serious issue now, they bar the media. Why must we allow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be tried at all?
Mr. Chus, because the first cross-examination, it was, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I have no idea, I don't know. So they are ashamed of themselves. All the question was, I don't know.
That's true.
Why do you come out to bear the witness if you don't know? So how do you think they're going to bring this one out for us to see? Because it's going to end up, I don't know, I have no idea. So they're going to throw it under the carpet.
And they will now go and write a script for the media on what to say.
For the media, yeah. Yes. That's what they're going to do. They're going to do it their own way. As a corrupt country, they know how to manipulate things and have it their own way. Because they are ashamed. The world heard it. The whole social media. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That's what we are hearing. That's what we are hearing. So, it's okay. Thank you.
We'll keep on watching and following whatever they bring later on. We can be able to. So now, as the case has been adjourned to tomorrow we are still going to come out to see what we can be able to gather. And before tomorrow, if I get any information on the cross-examination and how it went, I will still bring the updates by tomorrow before we start the tomorrow program. So the cross-examination will continue tomorrow. Definitely, they didn't finish it today. So by tomorrow, we'll still come out. But I tell you, don't put your faith in Nigeria. The freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in our hand. Wherever you are, tighten up your belt so that we can give Mazi Nnamdi Kanu the freedom he deserves. My beloved sister Ojugo, give us your closing remark so that we can round up and prepare. Tomorrow we come back again and continue.
Master Chus, you already said it, if we allow our own to be treated this way, I don't know what we want to call ourselves. If the animals that we call animals and we'll use them as pets, we'll give them little value, can protect their little ones. What about you that claim to be a higher animal, that claim to be more valuable than the animal in the bush? What is wrong with you if you are not able to protect your own? It's a question you need to lay down and think about it. Are we better than the animal in the bush, or they are better than us? That's a serious issue. Very serious issue. Very, very serious. We need to really, really, really ask ourselves a question. Like Brachu said, we are the one to put Nigeria on their knee to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are the one. We have examples. We know it all. We know what to do to put that country on their knee to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has lost it all. His family, his life, everything because of me and you. What are we offering him back? What are we offering this man back? Please, we need to help him to get his freedom. How? By putting Nigeria on their knee. Simon Ekpa did it and they cried. And we can do it. We don't need anybody now to lead us, to put Nigeria on their knee. Ebe niile ha nọ, ọfịs ha niile, ọ na-afịọtụ side ọ na-afịọtụ side a, ọkụ nwụrụ ebe niile. Anyị nọdị na-arahụ ụra, onye na-akpọ obi ya arahụ ụra, na-agwụ ụra. This man nọdị n'aka. The worst enemy bịagoru bie to kill him, to take his life away. And it is with them for years. And ordinary Monday sit at home. We are crying about it. Ordinary one day sit at home. 7 days in a week. Only one day. You cannot sacrifice it. To let him know that we are doing this because of you. Because we love you. So we're watching. Tomorrow. Is the ending tomorrow? Are they going to put more dead? Are they going to keep pushing it? We don't know. As far as the Southeast governors, the Senate has come to the Senate and said it should not be released. Trust me. And the Northerners, if they do, they already said it before, there will be war in Nigeria. So, the ball is on our court on this issue. That is the only way we have to do it. Only way we have to do it. Nobody, no savior. United Nations has said it, released him long time ago, nothing happened. So we've seen now that nobody, if not we, in one way or the other, got to do it. I rest my case here. Thank you, Bro Jukes, for your time, for your hours, every time, every morning. God bless you, and bless all in your team. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my beloved sister. I appreciate you so much for your constant message to Biafran people and support. I appreciate you. May Chukwu Hukabiama continue to guide you and protect you. My fellow Biafrans that are watching, wherever you are watching from, I appreciate everyone that have keyed in to this very program. We are going to come back here again tomorrow. The case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been adjourned to tomorrow. You know, they are still on the cross-examination. Today, we were expecting to go into the courtroom with them on the cross-examination and give Biafrans the feedback, just as we have always done. But today, there is a heavy restriction. Media were not allowed to go inside. No information was coming out. People were bad. And even some people were stopped from entering the court. Only few people were allowed. A kind of secret trial. That is what done today. They did a kind of secret trial today, and we have not had anything yet. So when we get the update, we are going to tell you what is going to happen. But the only thing we had is that the court has ended and the case adjourned to tomorrow as scheduled. We don't know if it's going to end tomorrow or they're going to extend it again. We will keep faith and keep watching. Wherever you are, continue to pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for strength, for revelations, for more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That's all. Pray for Mazi Simon also. Pray for Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. Pray for all our leaders that Chukwu Okukabian will continue to be with them, strengthen them, and guide them until we get to our destination. Wherever you are watching from, I appreciate every one of you, and I say, may Chukwu Okukabian guide and protect every Biafran that is on this program, wherever you are on this planet Earth. May Chukwu Okukabian guide and protect you. May Chukwu Okukabian guide and protect our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. May Chukwu Okukabian guide and protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. May Chukwu Okukabian guide and protect our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We pray for more wisdom, knowledge, understanding. We pray for divine protection for every one of them. No weapon formed or fashioned against them shall prosper. Thank you so much for being part of this program. wherever you join us from. We appreciate you, and we hope to come back again tomorrow by the grace of Chukwu. Thank you so much, and stay safe. Remember blessed.
Listen, this is the laws of Nigeria. The prosecution and this court doesn't know the law. That is the fact.
Yes.
Poor knowledge of the law is killing Nigeria. Poor knowledge of the law, they don't know the law. This is a federal gazetted law of Nigeria that says here that the chief judge of Nigeria cannot tell Binta Nyeko what to do. It's here. It's your law. Just obey it. That is why I do what I do. I agitate for Biafra. I agitate for Biafra by right to agitate. My right. They turned it from treasonable felony now to terrorism. Stop talking when I'm talking.
No fear for our land. We go stand together. Fight for freedom now. No surrender.
This day is more than just an opening. It is a call for peace and reconciliation. Join us at the first ever Biafra Peace Summit, where the past and present voices for Biafra independence come together. No segregation, no division, just one people with one purpose, an occasion to voice our differences, resolve them, and stand stronger as one people. May 30th is also our separate Biafra Heroes Remembrance Day, when we honor the brave souls of men and women who fought and children who fell from the genocidal war of 1967 to 1970, where over 3 million Biafrans lost their lives. The day we honor those unjustly imprisoned and killed before the war, during the war, and presently, simply for being Biafrans. We salute our past and present leaders, from the vision of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu to the resilience of Philip Effiong, the fearless dedication of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the unwavering courage of Simon Ekpa Odogu, who have carried the torch of our struggle. Their sacrifices and leadership lights our paths forward. As we all know, for far too long, we've endured suffering at the hands of our enemies and division from within. This summit is power-packed to heal those wounds, to uproot seeds of discord planted among us, and to unite Biafrans across tribes, regions, religions, and political views. Together, we are unstoppable. Be part of history. Join us on May 30th, 2025 at the United States of Biafra headquarters in Washington, D.C. A day of unity, remembrance, and renewal. Biafra rises as one strong nation, bolder together. Venue, 11726 Connecticut Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. Time, 3 p.m. Biafra time and 10 a.m. Washington time. 30th of May 2025, a united Biafra. Our time is now. This message is proudly sponsored by the Office of the United States of Biafra Deputy Prime Minister, Her Excellency Dr. Ngozi Orabweze, and the Biafra Information, Telecommunication and Postal Service. My name is Marvelous Chukwubikem Arinze.
Face many things, we don't fall. Them took Nnamdi Kanu, but we stand tall. Simon Ekpa, them catch we still they strong. We go rise higher, no place for wrong. We no go fall, we go stand. In unity, we hold the land. From night.
Okay, where I go alone, akubali bonine. Okay, kwe akubale mane na mo. Okay, kwe akubalo la mo na mewe. Imanolo mweje metadike nula o. Manolo mweje metadike nula. Okay, kwe akwa kama babazie. Akana na eme oke kwe kwa n'obodo angabati jubonye na kwe kwa n'ife kwe kwa akụrụ nọ na nlewu. Igbo mụrụ ụzọ mụ ọzọ Great Biafrans onye ọbụla ewetego kwe tiketi yewu.
Maka the first ever inauguration of United States of Biafra USB Embassy na Washington DC Office USA Oma Abolive Meleme. No bia kama se mo kan kololo bodo kava no na til na nugo numwe. Nke abu na 30th May 2025. Mosi abu kanya be inauguration no ya akudo. Igbo bibo ya bụ na gbakwa mbọ gị sonye n'ime ewu oyi. Ịnọlụ na USA gba mbọ gị sonye. Maka anya bụ mmemme ya bụkwa ife ncheta ọma abụrụ eziokwu oyi. Na anya bụ 30th May 2025 bụ mbọsị dị asọ. Mbọsị a na-akwanyere ugwu ọma abụrụ eziokwu oyi. Nanya bukwa 30th May 2025. Bukwa mbosi eji echete Biafran heroes and heroes ọma bụlife meleme. Nyaka nji kwuo nanya bụ mbosi dị asọ. Nanya bụ mbosi bukwa the first ever Biafran Peace Summit ọma bụlife meleme. Udo ya chi o ka mụ na-ekwu oyi. Kedu muti n'onu n'ozi ama nwanne ezisalụ n'ụta atabọdị na nwata chi eze amụrụ n'obi nke Biafra is our home and the Biafra is our religion. N'ọbịa sị m ka nsi salụ n'ụ ya bụ ozi ọma. Maka na ezu ụka eli ude na-atọtuo ngịga. Maka na fa na-agba ọra mmụọ na ọra mmadụ na ya bụ nnekwute mmemme. Maka na ọba aka nne kweta mmiri aka ebe akwachasị enyi ga ka ezu Baịbụl bụ welu ụta mmanụ ewu. Nke ndị kwadoro ya bụ mmemme bụ GMU ihe choosing bịa n'ụlọ m na mụ kenele. Mmadụ dị ka Mazi Ebele Chukwu na mụ kenele gị. Nwadati na ijele nwanyị na mụ kenele na anụ olu m oyi. Asị mụ na ojisi ike na ọya dị n'ụlọ na mma ewu. Ife eme n'ụlọ manye eme na mmanwụ. Igbo n'ụlọ olu m ewu.
We are letting Biafrans know the reason why we should remember those who gave their lives for us, those who died, that we may live.
You died to end my suffering. You died fighting for my freedom. Your blood is the seed of redemption. You are my inspiration.
The deed no wrong with them, military shots at them. 67 to 70, we remember them. 2016, 38 May, memory still lives in our mind till today. Wonder why they refuse to publicize the genocide. The world media turn blind eyes to our plight. It's time to arise, land of the rising sun. Let's rise one more time, let's rise.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Ifocha massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Tell them I battled me, oh. Remember when me tell you say I battled me, oh. Yeah, I remember that one that called us a Bruce Mero. Like a papa nuku, oh them be we boniro. Me tell you what I look pandi, what pandi samiro. Me tell you what I day. For we just fall under us, man. I tell you what I am. Me never give up. Me tell them heroes. I want to promise you something today. We must fight together, no retreat and no surrender. We must hold them down till the end of time. The most important thing is that we will restore Biafra.
I look up to the sky with tears in my eyes. For other Biafrans and for freedom had to die. We will never forget you as the days go by. You are always in my heart, you'll ever be the heart.
They fought for our freedom. They died for our freedom. They fought the Nigerian soldiers in the war front. Without food, without guns. For our freedom, for our life, for our own good, for our children. We love them, our heroes. We want them.
My heart bleeds when I saw them slain.
Where will I be now if not then? They will remain indelible in my heart forever, 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 and ever, and ever, and ever.
We serve in your plantation, and the way you paid us back with your bloody starvation. We play in our history that the death of my people is a mystery. No going back to get to a victory. I had a voice now call for vengeance. I never get bombed, I'ma blow like a vengeance.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Those who gave their life for us. Onitsha massacre, Iwata massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Where will I be now? If not you, you died at Mali.
Yeah, we are starved to death because of our freedom, and they paid the debt for our freedom. Flag high for those that died in the genocide, fighting for you and I. There is pain in the heart, we bleeding inside, tears in the eyes, so I'm falling heroes.
This is for my fallen heroes. Give them motivation, people. It's like I'm looking at myself in the mirror. Cause to be a cast, I need to be a nurse. If we did not retire,
They pay the ultimate price. They die for me, for the freedom of my unborn child. We live for the legacy.
Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Onitsha massacre, Iwata massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright. Yo, we will never forget our fallen heroes. Onitsha massacre, Iwata massacre, Aba massacre. We remember you. Alright.
Yeah, put the flag in the air. Never be afraid. March on, cause we are more than conquerors. Yeah, you know what it is.
I'm looking at myself in
We
the
must
mirror.
revenge, and we must stand to represent who we are.